anniversary. Dynamite has been going for 2 years, and as a result, AEW have got a little bit of a tasty show in store for us. They've got Bryan Danielson, Christian, Jurassic Express taking on the Elite. We're going to hear from CM Punk live. We've got TNT title match of Sammy Guevara taking on Bobby Fish, which is really interesting. Bobby Fish is going to be competing on AEW, obviously recently released from NXT, from WWE. We've got the Casino ladder match. So we've got Hikaru Shida taking on Serena Deeb as well. That was obviously built last week with Hikaru Shida going after her, I think, is it her 50th win? She's trying to get her 50th win at the moment. So we've got that. We've got Darby Allin as well, who's going to be in action, taking on Nick Comoroto. So we've got that also. The big thing about the Casino Battle Royale is that it's Pac versus Andrade versus Jon Moxley versus Lance Archer taking on Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy versus a Joker. Who is the Joker? I said to Austin earlier that I would ask the question of the community. I am a man of my word. So who will be the Joker? Who is the Joker in AEW? Will it be Switchblade Jay White? Will it be Hangman Adam Page? Or will it be Buddy Murphy? I think his name's Buddy Matthews, isn't it? Is it Buddy Matthews? I'll put other as well. See what people have got to say. But there we go. We've got that poll up now. Jay White says Justin. Jay White says Switchblade. Miro, Matthews, or Hangman. Britt Baker is the face of AEW. Right, we've got the poll that's up right now. We've had 24 votes come in already. 46% of people saying Hangman Page, or it's gone to 39. Buddy Matthews, which I think is his name. Buddy Matthews, formerly Buddy Murphy. It will be interesting, actually, to see what people think. I think it'll be Bray Wyatt. Ryan says Bray Wyatt. Well, if you think Bray Wyatt, click on Other. And then, obviously, you can put your thoughts. It seems like most people, though, are saying Hangman at 42% at the moment. 55 votes have come in. I think it's Buddy Matthews, but I'm not confident, says Brony. Austin said Britt Baker will be in the ladder match, and she is going to then win it from Kenny Omega. Bonkers said Buddy Matthew or Adam Page. Brony said, I went with Buddy Matthews, but I'm not confident. Johnny thinks it'll be Bray Wyatt. Harley said, I think it will be the Joker. Harley thinks the Joker is going to be the Joker. Brian says other, Cesar Romero, the original Joker. Wyndham to free the narrative, says Sean Reset. Austin said, I want it to be Hangman, but it seems a bit too predictable, so I'll say Buddy Murphy. Primo said, I've got a feeling Carmella might win Queen's Crown because she's not won a match in 4 months. Right, Riv says Wyndham Rotunda as the Joker would be fire. Arashi Mind said, I want the Joker to be Buddy Matthews, but it will most likely be Hangman. Dave, shout out to you, said Days, and the match being able to end before everyone has entered. Thoughts, Days, and the match being able to end before everyone has entered. Is that true? Can the match end before everyone has entered? That kind of sucks, doesn't it? What's the point in having a match that can end before anyone enters? Yeah, I'm not sure about that rule. So my thoughts are that it'll be Hangman. It could be Hangman. I'm kind of agreeing with the majority of people. It seems like Hangman and Buddy are the two. I don't know why they would bring Buddy in, to be honest, unless she was going to do it as a one-off thing. They did it before with Lio Rush. Do you remember they brought Lio Rush in as a one-off thing? They have now recently just signed him for whatever reason. He's a great talent, but they didn't sign him when they had him for that one-off thing. They've seemingly waited and gone and got him now. So I'm not sure if he had other things on or what was going on with that. But, yeah, I don't know. Do they need Buddy? I don't know that they need Buddy. I don't know that he's someone that's going to really make a big difference. The only thing I would say is that you could take Buddy and, no disrespect, replace someone. Like, there are people on that roster that shouldn't be on that roster, in my opinion. I don't think that roster is... It's stacked. It's got a lot of people on it, but it's got a lot of waffle as well. Like, you could cut a good chunk of that roster and replace it with, like, a real talent like Buddy. So if they brought him in, that would be cool. But I do think they probably need to let some people go, because it's going to get harder and harder to, like, book everyone. Like, they haven't got enough room for all these people. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do and how they go about it. But yeah, Pac, I mean, what a match, by the way. Pac, Andrade, Moxley, Archer, Orange Cassidy, Matt Hardy, and this Joker. It's a very strong lineup. It's a very interesting match. So looking forward to seeing it. Pretty positive that it's going to be Buddy Matthews. The same person who did his promos did Aleister Black and the Runaway Ruby Soho promos. People don't understand how good Buddy Matthews is. Yes, they need him. Austin said, someone said that Hangman's music plays and then MJF comes out. Could you see that happening? Could I see that happening? Yeah, it would upset people because people would want that surprise. But, I mean, it would be great heat for MJF, wouldn't it? It would be great heat for MJF to do that. So, yeah, I don't know if they would do that because it'd be a little bit of an own goal, because it's kind of like Tony Khan is telling us there's a Joker, there's a mystery person. So Tony Khan would have to be in on it, wouldn't he? Unless the Joker, because who did Tony Khan have lined up? Tony Khan, that's the only problem with that, is Tony Khan, AEW are telling us there's a Joker, there's a mystery person. So why would it be MJF? I get it being MJF is a heel thing for MJF, but it's AEW that are telling us that it's a mystery person. So it'd be a little bit of an own goal. It would be like Tony Khan turning heel, be like AEW turning heel on its fans. So don't know. I get that it's great heel heat for Miz, but then I would want Tony Khan coming out, going crazy, being upset that MJF has done this. And then have Tony after saying that was not the surprise. That is not the person. I had someone lined up and I need to get to the bottom as to where that person is. Or something like this. Like, if you was to do it that way, I would want Tony to come out and say something like that. Like, that is not who that was meant to be. Primo said, do you think Tony is someone that doesn't want to fire anyone because he doesn't want to take heat? No, he's a businessman. I think Tony's a nice guy, and I don't know that he enjoys that side of it. He strikes me as a nice guy. He doesn't strike me so much as like your typical businessman. So I don't think he enjoys it, but hey, you've got to do what you've got to do in business. In business, you know, it is a dog-eat-dog world. I mean, you are competing up against Vince McMahon. You are competing up against other big companies that will destroy you without even thinking about it. So if it's in that company's best interest to part ways with some people because they're not performing to a standard that they expect, then so be it. No, I don't think Tony would struggle with that. But I think that where he can, he's going to honour contracts. I think he's a man of his word. And I don't think he's going to want to end contracts before they've run their course. I think there's one thing like letting people go when they're under contract. And there's another thing like allowing them to see their contract out and maybe not extending. You know, Tony could take the option to not extend some contracts. And I think that might not be better because the end result is you're still out of work. But at least people know they're guaranteed. And it's better for locker room morale, isn't it, really? Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be firing people when they're under contract, really. So maybe he's just looking at it that way. When some of these contracts come up, maybe he won't look to extend some, and they can go off to back to the Indies. All I'd say is there's a reason Seth wanted to work with Buddy. He's so much better than WWE let you believe, says CCSYT. Daniel said, Tony says he's got a huge announcement tonight that has been long-time trio belts or UK show. What do you think? I agree that it's going to be somewhat along those lines. My initial reaction was that it'll be a show. So my gut feeling is that it's going to be the UK tour or it's going to be another big show maybe. Have they got Madison Square Garden lined up? Could they do something at MSG or something like that? Like, I feel like it's going to be a big show, a big statement, something along those lines. Or, as we said, a UK tour. I'd probably be leaning to that over titles, but if it is going to be trio belts, then that'll still be exciting. I'd be down for seeing some trio belts in AEW. James Chadwick said, how about Nick Aldis walks through the Forbidden Door? Be very interesting. Elite Bloodwolf said, could you imagine if the Joker was the tribal chief Roman Reigns? No. Heather said, if it was a UK tour, would you go? No, probably not. I pretty much stream every day and do stuff every day, so it's very difficult for me to go to shows. I mean, if it was like Birmingham, if it was close, and I could get to it quite easily, and maybe a Thursday night. It would have to be like, they would need to work around my schedule. I can't work around theirs. So if it's like, say, a Thursday night when we don't tend to have so much on, and it's close by, and I don't have to go down to London and all that kind of stuff, then I'd be a little bit more tempted, yeah. I mean, I would like to see Sting. I mean, who would I want to see? I suppose seeing CM Punk would be cool. Seeing Daniel Bryan. I've seen Daniel Bryan in WWE. So seeing CM Punk would be cool. Seeing Sting. I've never seen Sting. So that would be cool. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's loads of AEW stars. Like, I like the show. When I watch the show, I get, like, positives from it. And there's things that I would want to change. But it is one of the stronger wrestling shows of the week. So I like the show, but I don't know if there's any stars that I would like desperately want to go and see, to be honest. I've seen Kenny, and I've seen the Bucks already. I saw them at that indie show like a few years ago. So, I don't know. I'd have to see. I mean, they wouldn't need to worry about selling tickets. They would do very well. Daniel said, Ospreay was spotted by a fan at an airport in the US in an AEW hoodie. He reposted it on his Instagram with a song over it called Joker, but I think it's a bit too bait for him to post that. Heather said, yes, Ospreay at it again. It wouldn't surprise me, though. Daniel, have you ever got a headache from drinking a lot of coffee? Have I ever got a headache from drinking a lot of coffee? No, I haven't got a headache from drinking a lot of coffee. I have read that a lot of coffee isn't good for you. So I do try to moderate it. I read the other day about a guy that had a heart attack because he drank 12 cans of energy drink a day. So he would drink it as his main drink. So rather than having like a coffee or a tea or water or Coke, he would just drink energy drinks just to help get him through the day. And he had a heart attack. And I mean, he's all right now, but he's obviously not drinking that stuff anymore. But I mean, everything in moderation. Do you know what I mean? That kind of stuff I do think about, like not having too many energy drinks, not drinking too much coffee. So, but yeah, it is a problem. I mean, if I don't have a cup of coffee each day, then I can't get started. It's bad. It's really bad. Do you know? I think we spoke about this before. I was listening to the radio a few weeks ago, and there was a guy that was talking on the radio. Was it the radio or Joe Rogan? Can't remember if it was on Joe Rogan now, but there was a guy, an expert, who's like looks into drugs, and he like specializes in the effects of drugs. And he's not what you would think. He was like a proper scientist. In your head, you're thinking of like a stoner, but he wasn't. He was a proper scientist, and like properly like looked into like the compounds and the effects, and did like proper research into it. And he said that he's done a few, like, obviously taken a few things himself to see what the effects were on him, and he could study himself. And he said one of the hardest drugs to come off is caffeine. He said that he actually took caffeine completely out of his life, completely out of his diet. And he said that he just felt so disconnected from the world. He just couldn't, he didn't feel like himself. He didn't feel like he was really a part of the world. It was like the world was going on around him. And he was like, we don't really appreciate that, you know, caffeine, we take it because it's a drug and it actually has an effect on us and it gives us a boost and it gives us a lift. But, you know, it's very addictive. Like it will get you to feel down so that you take more of it. And it's like, it's a hard thing to come off. And I've got that. I think a lot of people have. Like, if I wake up in the morning, I'm like, ugh, I just can't get going. I just can't get into the day. So I have to have like a cup of coffee. So otherwise I just can't get going. It's bad, man. And once I heard him say that, I was like, oh, there's no hope. There's no hope. Because there's no way, like, he said it took him like a good few weeks to come round. Completely cut it out of his diet, and it took him a good few weeks to feel himself again. Scary, innit? Scary. Jeremy said, how do you want your long time members treated? How do I want my long time members treated? I'd like them treated well. That's how I would like. Hope you're well. Shout out to you, Jeremy. I think it will be Michael Jackson. He could still be alive. I mean, that would be a surprise. Let's put it that way. Wrestling Info said it was Joe Rogan. I saw it. That was crazy. Ah, okay. In my head, for a second, I thought it was on the radio, but no, yeah, Joe Rogan. I'm a big fan of Hangman Page. In my opinion, Adam isn't my favorite for the AEW title. I would rather see Bryant Danielle. I would love to see that. I would love to see Bryant Danielle. Why have we never seen Bryant Danielle, guys? What is going on? What is this conspiracy? Bryant Danielle or CM Punk, Miro, or Adam Cole? Brony said, I usually have to lay in bed for like 20 minutes before getting up because if I get up right away, my head will hurt for the whole day. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. David Walker says, coffee is good. Unbroken said, I got off caffeine by mixing with Rishi and slowly coming off. It worked like a charm. I don't know what that is. Scientifically proven. Farmer's Son said, as a man that's gone into rehab and trying to stop having energy drinks, that last comment didn't help. As a man that has gone into rehab and is trying to stop having energy drinks, that last comment didn't have. You need to get off them, really. You do need to get off them. I mean, it depends. I have energy drinks. I tend to have, like, say, I'll probably have a couple a day. I mean, honestly, I think everything in moderation. Do you know what I mean? But I think if you drink, I mean, that guy was having 12 a day. You need to know if you're having 12 a day, it's not good for you. I mean, it's bad. Like, he had a heart attack. I'm not making it up. Like, this is a thing that happened, and it's I mean, the amount of like stuff that's in there that's not good for you. I don't think it's a secret. I don't think I'm blowing open like a big secret that no one knows. So yeah, if you are in that kind of situation, scale back, get addicted to water. Yeah, get addicted to that instead. Days, you wouldn't want to see Adam Cole. Not bothered, to be honest. Adam Cole, I've already seen when he was in NXT. So if I saw him in AEW, it's fine, but I've seen him. I suppose in a way, a lot of it comes down to the fact that I've seen quite a few of I've just been fortunate to have gone to quite a bit of wrestling over the years. I mean, I've seen Adam Cole at the Royal Albert Hall when I went to NXT UK. They did a show at the Royal Albert Hall. It was a tournament, which I think Zach Gibson won. And it was Zach Gibson versus Pete Dunne on night 2. The other thing so night 1 was the tournament, night 2 was the final. So I went to the final, and it was I'm sure it was Zach Gibson versus Pete Dunne. And I saw Adam Cole against, I can't even remember now. I guess I would say someone like, oh my God, I can't even remember. It was like Wolfgang, I think, someone like that. And I saw Mustache Mountain take on Undisputed Era. So I've seen Adam Cole, I've seen the Bucks, I've seen Kenny Omega. Would it be nice to see them again? Sure. Yeah, I mean, sure. But it's not enough of a draw for me to like, yes. It's not enough for me to go, yeah, I need to see him live. I've never seen Sting. That might do it, because I'd love to see Sting, but I don't know if he'd be there, to be honest. And obviously he's not going to wrestle. So you're just kind of seeing him walking around the outside of the ring. But it is still the man, in it. It's still Sting, which is pretty cool. So I'm kind of... Sting might be one to tempt me to go. And I've never seen CM Punk. So CM Punk could tempt me to go as well. So if I was going to go, those would actually be the... Just being honest, which I think is really important, that, like, yeah, what would make you go to AEW? What would make me go would be CM Punk and Sting. That's what would make me go. Darby Allin's pretty cool, but I don't feel like, I need to see him. I get the feeling that I could see him anytime. I get the feeling like he'll be around for a long time. Same with MJF. Same with Jungle Boy. They're kind of like the future. So I don't feel like, I need to see him, because I'm sure they'll be back next year, the year after, the year after that, the year after that, the year after that. But, like, Sting, how long is he going to be around for? CM Punk, how long is his contract for? Like, I'm sure I'd be able to see him next year as well, but don't know. Yeah, those would be the two that would make me go. But yeah, they've got a good roster. I want it to be Bandido. There needs to be at least one high flyer that does all the crazy jumps in the match, says Pokemon Trick Shot Master. Imagine this. We're sitting waiting for the Joker, expecting Buddy or Hangman, but then out comes Wyndham. The Joker is his new character. It's far-fetched because his contract, but I would mark out. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. Planet Dan ASMR said, too much coffee or tea makes me feel nauseous, especially on an empty stomach. Yeah, I mean, I tend to have a coffee on an empty stomach. I feel all right. I think the benefits of it outweigh any negatives when I first wake up. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like can't talk or blink or anything. Like, I'm up, but I wouldn't want to stream at that point. I wouldn't want to stream when I've just woken up and I'm all like, I mean, I have done it a few times. I've had to do it recently, actually, where I've woken up and I've just had to come down and just stream because I've, overslept or something. Like, I did it the other day on the football channel, and, like, it does just take me a while to get going, to feel comfortable, to be, like, in, you know what I mean? Because you're just kind of like, oh, God, what do I need to, where am I? What do I need to do? And you're still just, like, waking up, basically. So, I love black tea in my spare time, says Ronnie. Minty said, AEW are starting with the 8-man tag. Either the entrances will on YouTube 10 minutes before the show, or 10 minutes, or on TV 10 minutes before the show. 8-man tag is kicking off the show. The show will go live. 8 of them will be in the ring. The others being shown on social media, says Daniel. Coffee a day keeps Freddy away. Johnny said, I'm not allowed to drink coffee. My doctor said so. Sam said, when do you think we'll see Bray? Probably leaning towards Full Gear, like when his thing's up. I mean, we haven't seen him yet, so I'm going to say that it'll be once we get to Full Gear and around that time. Heather, hope you're well, Heather. Heather said, Days, it only took Pro Wrestling Tees a month, but my Christian Cage shirt came in the mail yesterday. That's cool. Shout out to you, Heather, with her Christian Cage shirt. Christian's cool. I don't think I've ever seen Christian. Unbroken says, none of you have heard of a good protein shake or fresh juice. Come on, man. I don't know. I probably should have more fresh juice in my diet, to be honest. Yeah, you're right. I probably should. I have started taking protein shakes actually, because I am a little bit worried about, like, I tend to, like, I'm really trying now. I'm making an effort to sort my diet out. I'm trying to make sure that, like, I'm eating regular and I'm getting good protein and I'm getting good fiber and all that kind of stuff. Because during the Olympics and during the Euros and when I was setting up the second channel, I was not looking after myself. I will be the first to admit that. It was during those Olympic streams, you was watching what I was eating. If I didn't eat it on the stream, I didn't eat it. So I was just munching on, like, meatballs and just, like, snacks and Haribo, and it was awful. It was awful. I definitely put weight on after that. And I don't think I've shifted it, to be honest. So, yeah, I need to... I have started to take some protein shakes, but I've started to cut down on coffee, and I'm trying to get a better diet as well. So, little bit of a health kick. Which is no bad thing. You need to see the reformed Glock Anderson when AEW. Wow, that's true. Listen, if you could, if you could meet armed Anderson with his concealed weapon, yeah, he doesn't even need to be waving it around. It's it's in the holster. You know he's packing, yeah. Meet armed Anderson. He will be packing, yeah. You won't see it, but it's there. I'd go. If you could get a picture with if I could get a picture of armed Anderson, that would do it. I would buy the ticket now. Unbroken said, that is awesome to hear. Carrot juice and NAC will help with staring at screens all day. I don't know what NAC is. I do stare at screens all day. That's something else I've been thinking about. That's all I do. I mean, I wake up and the first thing I do is check my phone. So I'm looking at a screen. And then I'll go downstairs and have a coffee. But then I'll jump in front of the screen to see, like, do you know what I mean? What's going on, and the BBC website, or, you know, jump onto a channel, or, yeah, I mean, I'm just constantly, it's bad. So maybe I do need some carrot juice and knack, whatever knack is. David Walker said the Joker needs to be Sting or Darby Allin. Austin said, you didn't ever look like you weighed more to me. Well, that's very kind, Austin, but you know sometimes where you just feel a little bit bigger. I mean, maybe I'd never weigh myself, so maybe there was a little bit of, you know, a mental thing. But I just felt like, I just felt bigger. I definitely felt it. And in all honesty, I probably was. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it was anything drastic. I don't think, like, you know, it was anything too big. But I've always been someone that's always been around the same size. So I can kind of tell when I'm putting weight on, and I can tell when I'm losing it, because I've always been about the same size. So, yeah, definitely felt a bit bigger. But I feel like I'm pretty much back to normal. So, you know, some nice long walks with the dog helps. And trying to sort my diet out as well, and make sure I'm eating a bit better. So it's just good. It's just good advice, really. It's the kind of thing that you know you should do, but you never get time to do it. I'm trying to make that time right now. Do you see the Elite turning on Kenny for Adam Cole to become the leader in the future? That's a story you could do. Do I see it? Maybe. I don't know. It's difficult because I don't quite know what stories they're going to tell. I mean, that's a story they could tell, but I don't know that I could sit here and say, yeah, I see them doing that. I don't know that I could say that, but they could do it. There's nothing stopping them doing it. It'd be a perfectly good story. So, but yeah, I don't know if they would. I think they're quite happy with having this kind of super clique, super elite at the moment. Ronnie said, I weighed myself for the first time in years, and I was about 12, 13 stone. I think that's pretty good, depending on your height. I don't think that's bad at all. But yeah, I need to start doing that as well. I probably should start weighing myself and everything. I think what's happening is I'm going through a 21-year-old midlife crisis. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. High protein, low carbs, lots of veg. That is the easiest way to drop weight. Well, I've definitely increased my protein, and I am looking at like low fat meals. That's what I've started looking at. So and eating lots of veg. Harvey said you should just drink 60 beers a day. Amazing. Great support. Days, I'm here to support you. Burn it down. Shout out to you. Wrestling Info said, I'm going to play Fire Pro Wrestling. Have fun. Farmer's Son said, same. Good. It's good to be healthy. Why wait? Why wait until you do a New Year's resolution and like just do it? If you can make those changes, just do it. And I've always been pretty good when it's been like, I like to have a routine, and if I've got that routine and it's part of my routine, I'm pretty good at sticking to it. So, you know, I've always been that way. So I think it's not really about willpower, to be honest. If this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do. So I'm pretty good at that. So yeah, if it's like, you know, every day around lunchtime I have a shake, so be it. If it's like now I need to eat this kind of food rather than that kind of food, so be it. So yeah, I'm pretty good at it. Days, you've seen me, at least you're not fat like me, says Taboy. Taboy, you didn't strike me as fat. You didn't strike me as fat at all. I just kind of think that a lot of people kind of feel unhealthy at times. And yeah, I mean, it's not like a big problem or anything. It's just like during the Olympics and the Euros. Just kind of felt like, oh, I was sat here a lot, you know. So yeah, I'm just definitely getting a bit more protein and eating a bit better. I need to go on a diet, but food is just so yummy, said Johnny. Brony said, I'm 5'10", and I weigh 180 pounds. Is that bad? I don't know. You could probably punch it into Google and that'll tell you. I use protein for my boxing, says Edwards. Very good. This is weird, but I can't stop thinking about Cora Jade, says Johnny. That is weird. James Chadwick said, I'm in the process of losing weight. I hope it's going well, buds. I hope it's going well. It can be a hard thing to do. I mean, as I said, I've always kind of maintained my weight. I've never really ballooned and dropped and all that kind of stuff. I've always been quite good at maintaining it where I'm at. So, but I know it is difficult because you have to change a lot of like habits. You know, I mean, like if you're so used to like reaching for the snack drawer or going into the treat cupboard or whatever you've got, every home tends to have that. We've got that. We've got a drawer here that when you open it, it's just any chocolate bar you could imagine is in there. But I don't necessarily crave it. I tend to go there when I'm hungry. So I just need to make better decisions rather than going there at the end of the stream because I'm hungry and there's no other food to just quickly grab. Rather than grabbing a chocolate bar, do you know what I mean? Just shove some rice in the microwave and have like tuna and rice or something. So... Dave said, I'm on a seafood diet. I seafood and I eat it. Classic. Add in NAC and mushroom powder will absolutely change your life and your metabolism. I still don't know what NAC is. I'm a little bit worried that we're promoting drugs. L.I. Baker said, I'm in a shape. Isn't round a shape? That'll do. It's perfectly fine shape. Wrestling Info says I'm a slim guy. Now that the draft roster is set, what is your Raw SmackDown women's title match for WrestleMania? That's very interesting. So, let me just have a quick reminder. I am looking at... Let's have a look at the rosters. For WrestleMania, I agree with the chat. I think you could have Liv Morgan win. And you could do Liv Morgan versus someone like Becky. So Liv Morgan and Becky might not be the worst shout for WrestleMania. Like, Liv Morgan could win the Rumble. Becky could be the champion. She needs to be in the main event, really, Becky. She's a big name. So Becky and Liv. And then SmackDown, it's hard to not see them use Charlotte. So maybe it would be Charlotte and Shayna. Charlotte and Shayna, maybe. I'm just going down to see if there's any other names that jump out. I don't think they'd go Naomi. I don't think they would go... Sasha Banks is obviously a big name. They might go triple threat. They might go Charlotte, Sasha, Shayna. I can't see them going with Toni Storm or Xia Li. Yeah. I'll say Charlotte, Shayna, and Liv, Becky. I don't know what we do with Bayley and Sasha, but maybe we could reunite the Boss and Hug connection now that they're... I think they're both heels. So we could go with the Boss and Hug connection, maybe do a match like that. I don't know why they'd come back together after their big falling out, after Bayley turned on Sasha. But it's a long way. It's a long way till WrestleMania. I'm sure there's many stories we can tell. Anna said, I was told about a fitness DVD called Buns of Steel. I decided it's too hard, so I'm doing the sequel, Buns of Lard. Fair play. Shout out to you, Anna. Buns of Lard. Do the UK have Skittles? Yes, we have Skittles. What is your favourite storyline of all time? Favourite storyline of all time? It's got to be probably McMahon and Stone Cold. I mean, I just kind of think that redefined wrestling, really. Wrestling was kind of where it is now. Like, a little bit niche. And wrestling fans are into it, but like the wider world really wasn't. I mean, it's more global now than it's ever been. So there's more people watching and there's more people into it than ever because it's over in India and it's being shown all over the world. But I kind of mean like in America, if you're not like the casual fans aren't really watching. It's not part of the mainstream, is it? It's not really part of the everyday conversation. You're either a wrestling fan or you're not really. Whereas with the Attitude Era, it was everywhere. Everyone was watching it. Everyone knows. This is why like footballers and NFL stars all know about The Rock and they all know about Stone Cold because the Attitude Era was pop culture. It like very much like how Taylor Swift and BTS and that new Squid Game show that's blowing up. Like, these are all parts of the conversation right now. And Adele's got a new album coming out. That's going to be a big part of the conversation. James Bond movies just come out. That's part of the conversation. Well, wrestling was very much like that. It was part of the conversation. It was part of the mainstream. So I kind of think that the Austin McMahon story re-established wrestling to that level. Because previous to that, it was kind of where we are now. You need something that's going to really catch fire. You need something that's going to really capture people's imaginations, and we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it at the moment. Not even the Roman story's doing it. It's a solid story. It's a good starting point, but it's not quite getting the casual fans. You need something that's going to really break through. And it's hard to know what that thing is going to be. I mean, to be perfectly truthful, to really catch people's attention, you probably do need something controversial, or you need something that's so out there, so wacky, people can't afford to ignore it like it's unignorable. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it would be, but like, one of the biggest buzzes I saw was when they had Joe Gacy do the woke thing. You know, Joe Gacy being that kind of woke wrestler. I saw some news articles on that. I saw people talking about how WWE had brought in a woke wrestler and all this, and how he's got safe spaces and everything. So I don't know. Maybe WWE need to look at that. Maybe AEW need to look at that. If they really want to break into the mainstream, then you need to get them onto chat shows. You need to get them onto game shows. You need to get them into places where the public are watching that isn't wrestling. You know, this is why Miz being on Dancing with the Stars is really good for WWE, because Miz is getting himself over with a whole new audience right now. So you got to think that the Miz is going to get a great push when he's back. The Miz will get a really good push when he's back because he is getting over with a whole new audience. And that's the kind of thing they need to look to do more of where they can. You know, use their connections with the networks to get their wrestlers on other shows and get them out there and get them, like, you know, exposed so that they get fans and then those fans watch wrestling. But not only that, do some controversial stuff, do some stuff that's going to capture the attention. You know, if you really want the next Attitude Era, you're going to have to go down those kinds of roads, because I don't think it's going to just happen. I don't think people are just going to tune in and fall in love with Roman. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to need to go big or go home. So, did you know that Fury has had problems? I did, yes. We need to have Stephanie and Shane beat down Triple H and try to take over WWE. Be a good story, that would. I am 6'5", 17 years old, and I weigh 69 kilograms, which is just under 10 stone. That seems light for 6'5". I mean, I don't know what I am. I think I'm about 13, 12 to 13. I don't know what I am, but I'm not 6'5". So, yeah, but then if you are a boxer, you're probably doing a lot of training, aren't you, and stuff, so. Switchblade said Jay White, Will Ospreay, Adam Cole, and Adam Page would be the best wrestlers in the world for the next 5 to 8 years. MJF, Sammy, and Darby are the next generation. Jungle Boy sucks. Jungle Boy sucks. The Blue Meanie and Crowbar are currently on AEW Dark that is getting taped. I'm away to get 2 oranges and an apple. Shout out to you, Farmer's Son. Big Boy Chug said, my favourite story is the Undertaker Kane story. So now everyone is 10 pounds overweight and with a beard and looks like Owens. That's racist. James Chadwick said, in 2 years, I like 6 stone, but I put 2 stone back on during lockdown. Dude, I think a lot of people put weight on during lockdown. You're certainly not alone there. Certainly not alone. I mean, there wasn't really much else to do apart from sit around, watch TV and eat and drink, wasn't there? So, yeah, I would imagine there was quite a few people that put weight on during lockdown. Ronnie said, to be honest, NXT needs to use talent like how Daniel and The Miz started. Have heat between the wrestlers. Miz would say to Daniel, you're my rookie. Is the show starting? Not for another 16 minutes, Jervin. No, not yet. We're getting there. Adam said, in my household, we have all sweets and chocolate locked in a cupboard. It can only be opened once. I have lost a certain amount of weight that day, but I never eat more calories than I have burned. That's good. It's very good. I need to upgrade my phone soon. And for the past, I would say, probably 6 years, I've only had Google phones. So I think I had the first Google phone, actually. Well, Google 6 is coming out this year. They're doing, in 12 days, they're doing a big press conference thing, a launch for Google 6. And I want to get that. But the reason I'm mentioning it is they're doing their first watch that's expected to be announced as well. So I am thinking about, when I upgrade my phone, upgrade into the Google phone and getting the watch as well. Because that tells you like calories and all that kind of stuff. So that could be kind of cool. So yeah, I'm interested in what they're going to say in 12 days time. And I should imagine trying to get that phone will be a nightmare though, because you know what it's like at first. Trying to get phones over Christmas. Oh my God. I was doing well with eating until COVID had really hit, and then we couldn't do anything. All the weight I lost ended up going back, and I've been struggling since. Yeah, I mean, you're not alone. I mean, it's just an ongoing battle, in it, really. You've just got to do the best you can and not beat yourself up if you make any wrong mistakes or anything. But it's never been anything I've ever focused on. I'm still not really focused on it, if I'm being honest. But I'm just someone that's aware that I probably need to do something. I don't think not doing anything and just eating the kind of rubbish I was eating was the right way forward. So, yeah, you know, just do the best you can. That's all you can do, innit? Don't beat yourselves up. Have you heard any news about Bray? Nah, there's no news other than Impact were interested in him, which I don't think would have come to the surprise of anyone. So Impact was interested in signing him. They were asking people that knew him if there was a chance, but to be honest, I would think by this point he knows where he's going. If Impact are thinking of having conversations with him now, I'd say they're too late. It's the carbs that stick to you. Drop bread, pasta, sugar, potatoes, and rice. Oh, I've been having rice. I love pizza too much. This has turned into a James Chadwick confessional, I think. To be honest, I'm not interested in watching AEW. I'll probably be watching Netflix, says Retribution. Liv and Zelina Stan said, did you see what Seth tweeted about him going into Edge's house? No. No, I did not. What was said? I am watching Squid Game, and it's not all that people say it is, says Edward. Oh. Well, I do want to watch it. I might watch it. I might watch it tonight, to be honest. I've got a few things that I need to sort. We do have a football game tomorrow. I need to get that set up. And I could really do with doing research. But in all fairness, I can do that tomorrow, so... I probably could find a little window of time to watch a few episodes of Squid Game. So I'd like to watch it because people are buzzing about it. I don't know how many episodes it is. Did you hear the Street Profits were heavily considered to split in the draft? I didn't. No, I didn't. But that would make sense because they had a good look at Montez on his own, and he looks good, doesn't he? On his own, he looks good. Daniel said, I did see people throwing Rob Van Dam's name around with a ladder match, and 2 former ECW wrestlers have just been added on AEW Dark, so you never know. Unbroken said, potatoes are fine in minimal usage. I was thinking about the fact that Brian Pillman Jr. could follow in the steps of his father and maybe do something controversial, such as jumping ship randomly. That would be... I don't know that would bring the masses in. But, yeah, I mean, he is someone that probably does need... I mean, he had a little feud, didn't he, with MJF that was all right. Had some little promo moments and whatnot, but he probably needs a bit more of that going forward. Going Go said, did you watch the video I sent of UCM Punk sneaker shopping? It was pretty cool. Do you know, I did. I did watch it. It was... those sneaker ones are kind of cool, but to be honest, I'm not really someone that's that bothered by sneakers. I've done a good job of avoiding getting sucked into the hype around sneakers and all that, you know. People dropping thousands and thousands on different... Jordans. Do you know, I've never owned a pair of Jordans. I would like to. I would like a pair of Jordans, but they so expensive right now because of the Last Dance and like the hype and everything. I don't know if that'll ever settle back down again. Jordans might just be forever expensive, but yeah, I would just like to get some Jordan ones, like the white and red ones. Just like to get a pair of them. But yeah, I've managed to avoid like the whole hype in them. But I did watch that CM Punk one, and he bought some Jordans. It was his first pair of Jordans as well, and he came across as pretty cool. I hate the Fight TV chat. Someone has put something disgusting. It's actually disconnected. I don't know why, but sometimes the Fight TV chat doesn't always load up for me. So right now, I I can't. It's not working. It just says disconnected. So I watched some of Squid Game, and I'm hella bored. But I'm not going to tell you to not watch it. Minty, shout out to you. I might get something from it. I tend to do all right with TV shows. Like, if they're a bit slow and whatever, I just stick with them. I tend to just stick with them, and eventually I kind of convince myself to like them, so I might be all right with it. Bunker said not bothered about Squid Game. Oh, it doesn't seem to have grabbed this community, does it? Liv and Zelina Stan said, this is what Seth said. Edge invades Cena's house, slaps his dad. Classic. Uncle Sethy pops in for a quick apple, and everyone is up in arms. You're some gaslighting MFers. Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, my comment to it was that I wanted to see him go further. So, I think he's absolutely right. I completely agree with him. I actually said that he should have gone in and the kids should have been there screaming. Becky should have grabbed Beth. And it should have been, like, a lot scarier than what it was. So, he's absolutely bang on. Retribution said, I'm currently watching Alice in Borderland, which is a Japanese death game show, very similar to Squid Game, but more psychological. And I'm watching this before I move on to Squid Game. Anna said, who's playing tomorrow? Tomorrow we've got Belgium versus France. Brilliant game today between Spain and Italy, if you never saw it. A brilliant football game. So good. I mean, Italy lose their first competitive game since, did someone say 2016? Their first time ever losing at the San Siro, which is the home of, like, AC Milan. And is it the home of Inter Milan as well? The Milans. So they lose at the San Siro, Italy, for the first time they lose their first competitive game since 2016. They lose their first game ever since 2018. And they are the reigning European champions. And they've just lost fairly convincingly 2-1 in the end to Spain. They did have a player sent off, and you do wonder how the game would have gone if they were stayed to 11 men, but either way, makes no difference. They've lost, and an impressive run by Italy, and I love that they're not going to win the Nations League because they just won the Euros. So yeah, that's what's going on. So tomorrow it's going to be Belgium-France. Winners will play Spain in the final on Sunday. The losers play Italy in the third place playoff. Has anyone watched Thundertaker New Day thing? If yes, how was it? Thundertaker. I'm not aware of the Thundertaker. Shola said, I thought Squid Game was overhyped garbage. And then I watched it, and it's actually pretty good. I think I'm getting wisdom teeth. Well, you probably do need some wisdom, Johnny, in all fairness. So it's about time, mate. WWE Entertainment said, I saw on Bleacher Report that they quoted Tony Khan as saying that he and Warner Media did expect 1.4 after Punk's debut, but are now focused on the 18 to 49 demo. That's interesting. Watch the Lamb trailer, says Wrestling Info. The Lamb. Sometimes I really wonder, what did my closed head injury do? I'm literally missing a screw, but it seems like my memory's too vivid to forget the swan I've been through. So as my residuals grew, those kids, says Chronic Effect. What in the world is Squid Game? I think it's something to do with, like, people play a game, and if you win, you get, like, 20 odd million. If you lose, you die. And it's a TV show, and it's on Netflix, and it's a Netflix original, and it just seems to be the talk of the town. So, like how we had Tiger King. Well, this is different, but a Netflix show that seems to be blowing up, so. 5 minutes till Dynamite. Yep, 5 minutes till Dynamite. Where are we with our poll? What's the poll saying? We have had wow, that's amazing. 400 112 votes. 15% have said Switchblade Jay White. 35% have said Hangman Page. 28% have said Buddy Matthews. 22% have said other. So it seems like most people are expecting Hangman. Then we've got Buddy. Then we got other, which I think a lot of people are saying maybe Bray. And then we've got 15% for Switchblade Jay White. What is your favorite theme song at the moment? I have to have them turned down for copyright reasons. So actually, I'm not very good at theme songs. I really don't have one. Because for copyright, I always have the sound down. I always run the risk of it being picked up by the microphone and getting in trouble. I can't believe we just did a Wrestling Escape Pod. I need to go back and rewatch it. But I can't believe that trailer sound played. I couldn't hear it, so I didn't know it was playing. So, that's a genuine problem. If, I don't know if there was swearing. I don't know if it's going to get picked up by copyright. But, flip, man. Yeah. WWE should do Squid Game instead of War Games. Your two teams are going to fight in Squid Games. Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? William Regal doing that. Justin said 3 minutes to go. Dom15 said Hangman would be a letdown. I want Buddy Matthews. Oh, I want Buddy Matthews or Braun Strowman. Daniel said a summary of Squid Game is the people who are behind the game have found 456 people that are massively in debt, and for that reason they know they are going to play the game for money. They will play the game for money. Days, you played a David Bowie song on the web show. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that's not good news at all, is it? Oh god. Yeah, I mean, well, that might be the end of the Wrestling Escape Pod. Ronnie said the real question. I'm gonna have to rewatch that, to see how it came across. It's a real problem. It's AEW time. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm gonna put on my TV. You do that. You do that. Not good news at all. Not good news at all, Hayden. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you tuned in, you enjoyed it. You got to see and hear the Licorice Pizza trailer. So, Days, do you ever drink on stream? I think I've only seen you drunk on a Euro stream. Well, I'd been drinking on a Euro stream, but I certainly didn't feel drunk on a Euro stream. That's the only... I've probably drunk on a different stream as well, but no, I don't really sit and drink. I mean, in all fairness, I don't drink that much, so no. I mean, it's weird because I'm sat here. I've got a whole bar in front of me. Like, if I wanted to get smashed right now, I absolutely could. I mean, we've got, like, every liquor under the sun. We've got, like, bottles of beer. We've got cans of Carlin, bottles of Bird. We've got loads of stuff, but I don't touch it because, it ain't going to do me any good, is it, really? So, as I said, I'm on this health kick. So, I'm pretty good at, like, if I'm not meant to have it, not having it. I always see Days drinking coffee and Nature's coffee, Tenzing, which I don't know how much caffeine there is. I think there's like 100. I think there's only 100 milliliters in there. I think you're allowed up to 400 milliliters of coffee a day, I think. So I think that they say the caffeine content in this is the same as 1 cup of coffee. So I have to make sure that I'm not overdoing it. It's a silent killer, that is. A silent killer. Right. AEW is about to begin, and this is going to be the 2-year anniversary. AEW. Man United Hodge said, I just went and got my COVID test. I hope I'm okay. Do you not get the results? I would have thought you would have got the results. Right, here we go. We are starting, and we are starting with that 8-man tag. Right, so they're already in the ring. I like that. I like the fact they're starting with them already in the ring. The only thing I would say is that these are pretty big names to not have getting entrances. If it was like... I mean, we got Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole and all that. Like, it's pretty cool, though, that we're going straight into the action and we're not messing around. But it is Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Adam Cole taking on Christian, Bryan Danielson, and Jurassic Express. Let's end the poll. Might as well end it. And actually, I might even have this drink now. We've got who will be the Joker. 34% for Hangman, 29% for Buddy, 21% for Other, 15% for Switchblade Jay White. So those are our results. Against the ropes goes Jungle Boy, who goes up over the top, bounces off the rope, arm drag. Drop kick by Jungle Boy, who kips up. Joker has never been an existing roster member in all of the AEW ladder matches. I don't see any reason to change that now. Khan has said in the past that he thinks it's a fun way to debut people. Corvid76, shout out to you. Bob said it's about pacing. It's the #1 complaint on WWE. I don't know. Is that really the #1 complaint about WWE? I can think of quite a few complaints about WWE. Chop coming in by Christian. Jim Cornette said AEW is chaos. The match structure building is not great. Heather said, honestly, we would all mark out for Jay White, but I don't see it. Edward said, are you a fan of the Fantastic Four? Do you mean the superheroes? Because if so, I would say you don't know me very well. If you think I'm a fan of the Fantastic Four, then I don't think you know me very well. Have you ever tried the Walkers KFC? Yeah, we got a couple of bags when they first did them, just to try them because we saw them on TV. Yeah, didn't get any more. I mean, they were all right. I'm not a crisp person. Never been a crisp person. I just wanted to try them. A rapid anything in the UK takes a decade. Luchasaurus chance. Well, at the moment, we've got Christian and Jungle Boy working together on Kenny Omega. Days should do a Muscle Man dance with Huskus. I probably do need to do a bit of a Muscle Man dance, in all fairness. Chop's coming in by Jungle Boy. He goes against the ropes. Knee to the back by Nick Jackson. What are the Bucks wearing? The Bucks have got like some white and frilly on their heads. They look like sexy maids. Right, here's Kenny. Kenny jumps off the top. Double axe handle. Has there been any news on the console game? I haven't seen any news on the AEW console game. I don't know when it's coming out. I would have thought there would have been some information by now. Up top here is Nick Jackson. Kenny No Balls is the chant. There's a Kenny No Balls sign as well. Do you think it will be a TNT title match? What are we talking about? Corvid said, if the Joker isn't Buddy Murphy, or Buddy Matthews, he's really teasing hard. Today he posted, why so serious? Young, sexy maid buck, says Ryriv. I like that from Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy standing on the top rope, giving out kicks. It's a good arm drag that he's got on Matt Jackson, Jungle Boy. Tag, in comes Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson getting in the ring, and Marko Stunt giving out yes chants on the outside. Kicks coming in by Bryan Danielson. Yes. Lots of yeses as he kicks away at Matt Jackson. This is a red hot crowd, man. This crowd are really into this show. In comes Luchasaurus, and there's a big roar by the crowd. Bryan goes into the corner. Big chop by Luchasaurus. How come they're so into Luchasaurus? Where's that come from? Big strikes by Luchasaurus. I thought WWE trademarked the yes chant. I don't know that you can you? Big strike. Uppercut. Here comes Luchasaurus. Can we get Jay White beating the cast of Dancing with the Stars? I'm a Luchasaurus mark. I ain't got an issue with Luchasaurus. I haven't heard a crowd so into him as what this one is, so I just wondered why they were so into him. Like, is this his hometown or something? Over the top goes Jungle Boy. We've got a brawl, says Mike. Oh, strike to the back by Nakazawa. Christian Cage strikes Nakazawa. Right, we've got looks for the Meltzer driver. What's he call it? The Indie Taker. That sounded nasty. Christian Cage getting planted. They are just checking on Christian Cage at the moment. Super kick by Matt Jackson, and Jungle Boy goes down. Super kick, and Marko Stunt goes down. I looked if it's his hometown. It's not. He's from LA, and this show's in Philadelphia. Daniel, shout out to you. Appreciate that. Perhaps he's just really... perhaps he's done something on Being the Elite or something, and I don't know. Just haven't heard anyone chanting for him for a long, long time, and now all of a sudden, like, the crowd really wanted him in there. Right, we've got the Elite in control. They've dealt with Christian Cage on the outside. Jungle Boy goes hard into the corner. Knee strike. I just looked. It says that the AEW video game is expected in early 2020. Oh, what? I was under the impression it was Christmas. It's interesting. So that's gonna go up against the 2K 2022. Bucks are bouncing back and forth. They give Adam Cole a little kiss. There's a big cheer. It was a stomp, can confirm. People worried about Christian, his sound. It was a Young Buck stomp. He's the biggest guy in the match. He's got the potential to make the difference, says Corvid. I didn't get a great look at the delivery of that Meltzer driver, but does anyone think Christian is legit hurt? It didn't look like... It didn't look that bad to me. Suplex. But you never know. I mean, he has had a history of injuries, and it was out on the floor, so I could definitely believe that there's something wrong. They're just showing us what is still to come. Probably the big talking point is the who's the Joker in the casino ladder match. I saw someone saying that it was summer 2022 for the AEW game. Flip. Brian said, Days, who do you want to see win the upcoming ladder match? I've got Jon Moxley. I think he should face Kenny Omega again. Who's going to win it? Is it too soon for it to be Hangman? I mean, I think people would be alright if it was Hangman, because if he wins it, then we get Hangman Kenny, and that might be the end of Kenny's reign. So, I don't really mind, to be honest. I mean, it's got to be a face. So you look at people like Andrade, and straight away you think, well, it won't be him. Here's Bryan Danielson, duck underneath. Nice, he knocks Adam Cole off the ring apron. This crowd is so red hot. They've absolutely worked them into a frenzy. How have they got this crowd this worked up? Forearm strike by Kenny. These two trading blows back and forth. Kenny and Bryan Danielson. Big forearm strikes back and forth in the center of the ring. Bryan Danielson backs over to the corner. Over the top. Against the rope. Duck underneath. Turns Kenny Omega inside out. Why does it have to be a face? Could it be someone that pulls an Austin Theory and turns heel right away? I don't think so. I don't think like heel versus heel would work. Because Kenny's a heel, and he won't change from that. So, I mean, the person that goes up against Kenny like needs to be a face. You can get away with face versus face matches. I've seen them a few times, but heel versus heel, it's quite rare to see that. There's not really anyone for the crowd to get behind, because you don't want to see either win. So, diving headbutt by Bryan Danielson. Stop with the Bray stuff. He's not available till October 31st. Stay in school, people. Bobby Fischer signed with MLW, but he can work with AEW, says James. Kenny doesn't give me heel vibes. No, he is. Snapdragon. 1, 2. Kick out by Kenny. I could see Miro, because people like him, but his heel. Kenny versus Miro could be a good match. Well, if people like him, then, you know, it could be a case for him to turn face. But, I don't think they would book heel versus heel. But you could go with Miro and then, like, have him turn face. In comes Adam Cole. In comes Luchasaurus. Knocking down a load of people. Hurling Nick Jackson into the corner. He's got Adam Cole, hurls him to the corner. Throws Matt Jackson down. Big kick to Kenny Omega. Miro is very over, said Fit Tennis. This match is insane, says Luke. Rai said this is a great opening match. Kick by Adam Cole. Comes down. Luchasaurus grabs a hold of him. He picks up Adam Cole and hurls him on top of Kenny. Duck underneath, flip over by Luchasaurus. Goes for a kick, knocks down Nick Jackson. Kicks Matt Jackson. Moonsault to the outside, takes out Kenny and Adam Cole. To the outside goes Nick Jackson. Luchasaurus goes down. Oh, that looked like it was going to be a botch, man, but Jungle Boy did a really good job of saving it. Here comes Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson goes down. Here's Kenny, who comes crashing down that stupid multi-person spot. Against the ropes goes Adam Cole. He stops and he gets everyone to say Adam Cole, baby. Luchasaurus gets into the ring behind. Grabs Adam Cole. Chokeslam. Standing moonsault to kick out by Adam Cole. Joker in the ladder match will be Fuego, says Brian. Austin said this has been a good match. Dave said this is a spot fest. I do agree with Dave, to be honest. I do think this is just spot after spot. It's not the kind of match that I look for personally. Good match, says Matt. That was a botch, says Taboy. Botch. Yeah. Kenny falls down. Mistimed offense. Luchasaurus, too big and heavy, but Jungle Boy, so they were trying to do like a triple powerbomb thing, but he couldn't do it. Super kick by the Bucks. Snapdragon to Jungle Boy. Panama Sunrise by Adam Cole. One. Bryan Danielson breaks up the pin. I'm not even paying attention to this. I'm bored. I'm bored. This is just spot after spot after spot. This is not my kind of match at all. I don't get involved in this or get excited by this. It's just like, yeah, I agree. Kicks coming in by Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson backing away, goes for a kick. Now we've got 3 super kicks coming in on Bryan Danielson. They grab Jungle Boy. We've got all 4 of them with knee strikes on Jungle Boy. Is that going to do it? 2, 3, and we're done. Adam Cole gets the pin on opening match. How was that? 20 minutes. 20 minutes. They can go 22 minutes before a commercial, says Alexis. Cutler's over, spraying them down. They do look like sexy maids, the Young Bucks, with their little sexy hats on. I wonder where that's going to lead to. I mean, like, where's that going to go now? That's the match that I, thought we were building towards. We've definitely done it. I mean, unless we're going to get, like, blood and guts, but that tends to be more at the start of the year, doesn't it? Big announcement from Tony Khan coming tonight as well. Right, we've got Darby Allin with Sting against Nick Comoroto. We got Hikaru Shida taking on Serena Deeb. That'll be good. And he said, did he say the main event? Up next, we hear from CM Punk. CM Punk next live. Brony said Serena Deeb is about to catch an L. She might do. It's a match I'm looking forward to. I really like Hikaru Shida. Serena Deeb might just be the best wrestler in AEW. Her matches consistently entertain me. I think she's so good in the ring. So, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be good. Luke said, who did Tessa sign for? Apparently Women of Wrestling. Someone was saying yesterday. She's going to be in the Women of Wrestling. So she's coming back and she's going to be competing for them. I don't know if this is going to be a stepping stone to somewhere like AEW. Like maybe if she comes back, gets, good few months under her belt and like maybe that storm blows over and everything, then maybe they'll come in and they'll have a look at signing Tessa. Deeb is good, says Fit Tennis. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her. I haven't seen her in a little while, actually. So, looking forward to seeing her. Good opening, but I'm concerned that Christian might have been legit hurt, says Tommy. Daniel said Christian didn't come back, but AEW posted the spot on Twitter, and his head didn't look like it hit the floor. So if he's injured, I don't think it's that spot. Yeah, I mean, the way that they did it, like, the one buck jumped off, and he doesn't really touch him that much. I mean, like, it's not as if he really grabs him and, like, hurls him down to the ground. So if his head did, like, hit the floor, it was either at a weird angle or something. It didn't seem to hit with any kind of intensity. So I agree. If maybe he already had a little injury or something, or maybe they're just really starting to maybe he's going to get a bit of time off after this. So they want to tell the story that he's injured. So hopefully he's all right. I definitely don't want him to be injured. Definitely not. Did you hear that Willow will debut on SmackDown? Did a video on it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that that's confirmed. But I definitely think that there's a very, very strong chance that he could be on SmackDown. He said about showing a different side to his character. Austin said, I don't talk about Stone Cold because he's not on TV a lot. You've done the same thing with Serena Deeb, so you can't say I'm a fake Stone Cold fan. Did I touch a nerve? Austin? Did I touch a nerve? Oh! You can't say that I'm a fake Stone Cold fan just because I don't talk about him that much. That's Austin right now. Adam said the Joker is going to be Brock Anderson. Oh my God. Do you think? Oh my God. Do you reckon when little baby Brock Anderson was born, the nurse turned around to Arn and said, "What's he called?" And he went, "Glock Anderson." And she went, "Brock Anderson." He went, "Glock Anderson." And she went, "Okay. Brock Anderson." He wanted to call him Glock Anderson. He definitely did. You know he did. Here comes CM Punk. Da la 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 la. Da la 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 la. Da 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 da. Came to see. Cult of personality. I think he's wearing them shoes, you know. I think those are the shoes that he got from that video. Because he picked up some black and red Jordans. Oh, that is so clever. If he uses them on TV, I think he can have them as a tax write-off. Clever. You're a clever. CM Punk's clever. Tax write-off. Jumps over to the crowd. Yeah, I think those are the shoes that he picked up during the video that I watched with his sneaker thing. There's a kid there that's dressed like Orange Cassidy. Look in my eyes. What do you see? I see new sneakers. Full Gear, guys. Who's going to watch Full Gear? Anyone interested in Full Gear? I wonder if anyone will tune into Full Gear. You know that show where The Fiend is heavily rumoured, where Bray Wyatt is heavily rumoured? Those are $1,200 shoes. What the flip? CM Punk. CM Punk. Who's tired of this yet? Oh, hello. That dude's got a WWE belt. CM Punk said, who's tired of this yet? I'm not tired of it. And the crowd said they're not tired of it. He talks about living up the road. Hey, have you seen these Jordans? Let me just make sure they get on TV so I can write them off for tax. CM Botch. We want Repo Man. I love Philadelphia so much because it gave me so much. He talks about being spiritually rich. He says, I'm glad I'm back in this community. CM Punk. CM Punk. I'm going to be in the chat. No worries, Edward. Shout out to you. Who's going to attack CM Punk? I want to give back. Ice cream bars! Ice cream bars! I'll wrestle for you, or I'll buy you all cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks, cheesesteaks, cheesesteaks. They should start a cheesesteak chant. We want both. We want both. Both, 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 both. That's what they should chant. You can buy yourself a cheesesteak. I'm going to wrestle. Cheesesteaks. Meet me in Philadelphia on Rampage. He said he was going to wrestle tonight, but Rampage is on Friday. I don't understand. How can he wrestle tonight, but it's on Friday? Doing up the shoes. He's got to do up the shoes. Make sure you see the shoes. Look at the shoes, guys. What's he doing with the shoes? He's giving the shoes away. He's giving the kid the shoes. Wow. I mean, they won't even fit that kid. At least find someone that's going to fit the shoes. Do you know what I mean? What's the kid going to do? Walk around like Krusty the Clown? Sell them, mate. They'll be on the sneakers app right now. You can get them right now. Kid will have them on there straight away. Here he is. Cody is too Hollywood. Oh, I hope that. Come on, there's got to be some reference to the Glock. You realized I'm here. As a wrestler, you're not very good right now. Why not just paint a star on your face? Oh, little Stardust reference. You don't need to throw it away. I want that to be a gif. Oh, and you don't need to throw that. You just slapped him in the face. Oh, and you don't need to throw that away. You don't talk back to Arn Anderson. You don't talk back to the Glock. You should have gone, I don't need to do what? That's what he should have done. I love the slap, though. I love that. That was good. But yeah, he should have gone, I don't need to do what, Cody? I don't need to do what? Oh. That was fun. That was funny. The CM Punk thing, it didn't really go anywhere, but he gave the trainers away. And then we got the Arn Anderson thing. Well, I suppose it has led to a match with Garcia, so. The slap. Is Rhodes to the top good? I've not seen it. Talk to the Glock. I wish he had pulled out the gun. Not sure about it. Seems a bit forced. Cody sucks, says Heather. Cody referenced the gun. Oh, I didn't hear him. What did he say? I didn't hear him reference the gun. I like the Stardust reference. That was good. That road segment was good. That was good. J14 said, I just realised Straight Edge is in AEW. Punk, Deeb, and Gallows. Doppelganger said, I love Arn. I smell a CM Punk heel turn. I'm saying it right now. That was good. People didn't like that. I think the only thing with it is that he's in the back garden, like, setting fire, and he says, like, oh, what, you've just realised that I'm here? And it was a little... The only thing I would say is it's a little clunky. It was just a little bit clunky. They were like talking over each other, and it wasn't a big problem. I liked it. I thought it was good. And there was some good dialogue in there. So, no, I don't... Apart from like they were talking over each other, and it was just a little... He comes across as a bit weird, though, Arn, don't you think? Like, Arn's just in his back garden setting fire to a suit. Do you know what I mean? What did they do? Look out the curtains, go, oh my god. Arn's, you'll never guess what Arn's doing in our garden. Has he got the Glock? I don't know. I don't know if he's got the Glock. I just don't want to deal with this tonight. I shouldn't... Oh, God. Arn. It shouldn't be Cody looking upset. It should be... Oh, Cody should come out going, what the flip do you think you're doing in my garden? Arn is going to be a cult leader instead of Bray. He said, what are you going to do? Shoot me. Did he say that? That's amazing. Right, we are going back. We are 36 minutes in. We've got, obviously, the ladder match in the second part of the show. We've still got Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb. Bobby Fish. How weird. I've won titles all around the world. You are destined to go down as the shortest reigning TNT champion. So we're going to get Sammy Guevara. How strange. I wonder what reaction he's going to get. Is Bobby Fish, who obviously was in NXT and was, you know, a pretty big part of that with Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. It's so weird to see a wrestler we recently saw in WWE on AEW, just like Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson, said Brony. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? Here's Sammy. Crowd going mild, yeah. Little mild. The Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, his singles record is only 6-1. He's only had 7 matches this year. How is his record 6-1? How has he got to October only having 7 singles matches? I'm a man of my word. Here's your new truck. Nice to see Sammy as a champ. Legend Killer, shout out to you. Love the new title with the bedazzled middle, says CCSYT. New title is blinging. 2/4 of the Undisputed Era are now on Dynamite, says Birdman. J Brock said, I know Sammy gets a lot of Eddie comparisons, but honestly, he reminds me more of Billy Kidman. Heather said, new title is more blinged out than Darby's version. Burn It Down says, does the record reset every year? It does, yes. It does. Febin said, Days, if Jeff is going to become Willow and get a push, I think it's a similar case like Cesaro, Finn, and Owens, where he is only going to be elevated to eventually put Roman over. I don't even know that he'll get to that level, to be honest. I think Willow is someone that will have a certain appeal. I could see him being used around the mid-card, maybe if it's all working. and everything's going well, then he might get to Roman's level, but I don't know. I don't know that we're going to see him get that high. Bobby is undisputed, says Mike. Did you notice Fish wasn't wearing his official AEW shirt? I didn't. I didn't see. Jumping underneath Sammy. Kip up by Sammy. Sammy's new panda gear is fire. I saw him put that up on his vlog. He's wearing like sparkly, kind of pink sparkly pants, trunks, and boots. Oh! Bobby kicked to the back of Sammy. Sammy crashed down. Yeah, that seemed nasty. I don't know that that was planned. He definitely took a tumble. Here's Bobby to the outside. Comes crashing down onto Sammy. Bibby Fish came out with a heel entrance tunnel. I love it, says Minty. Corvid said they might not be letting him wear that official AEW shirt until they announce that he's signed officially. Doesn't SmackDown have a shortage of good faces after the draft? Keeping that in mind, I'm guessing Jeff Roman eventually. Well, we don't know who's going to turn face, who's going to be heel, what plans they've got for people, so they could use Jeff in that main event scene. But I do think it would depend how... I mean, if the crowd aren't feeling Willow, if Willow just doesn't land, I would imagine it would. But if it's not connecting, if it ain't doing it, then they won't. I don't think they would waste Roman on it. Bobby Fish should have changed his name to Robbie Deer. That said, it matched the title with his trunks. He is bedazzled. You are right, CCSYT, yeah. Fish probably only having a one-off match, says Fit Tennis. Yeah, I mean, maybe that shirt's just a way of, like, making some money about him being in for this match, but I don't know. I don't know if he's signing long-term. I'd imagine that Adam Cole's got a bit of a say, you know. He's going to want to make sure his friend's all right. I don't know who Bobby Fish is, says Cynthia. He was in NXT. Do you think Hangman will be the Joker? Yeah, that would be my pick, yeah. Primo said, who do you think the best tag combo out of Undisputed Era was? Roderick and Kyle or Kyle and Fish? I think Kyle and Fish. I think those two had a great chemistry. Roderick Strong, for me, should always been around the mid-card. And then Adam Cole, main event. Sammy up to the outside, both on the outside. Forearm strike by Sammy. These two trading blows on the edge of the ring. Too bad they didn't bring out Willow when Bray was the Fiend. I would have loved to have seen both of them wrestle, says Cynthia. When he was coming out, the thing on the bottom said AEW debut, says Paul Carpenter. I mean, in all fairness, even if he's in for one match, this is still his AEW debut. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they've got plans to use him long term. Might use him again. I would imagine that he's going to be... If he's not signed to AEW, then I'd imagine he's someone they would go back to and bring in if they needed an opponent. Like, I think he's in AEW's good books. But I don't know if they'll outright sign him. I don't even know if they should outright sign him because I just don't know if he's what they need. I mean, you're never going to struggle to find opponents for Sammy. Because they've got lots of, like, talent on Dark and Elevation that are coming through. You could always just use they could use this spot to highlight a new up-and-comer. So, I don't know. I think people might be a bit split on that, whether they should sign Bobby or not. When they say debut people on Dark, so who knows? Split screen time. Split screen time. Ben Russell. My Fight TV won't cast to my Xbox, so I'm having to watch on my phone. No worries, dude. CCSYT said, I don't think they should sign him. If they can use him, if they become unavailable, I can make an argument. Well, guess what if Scarlett has actually stopped showing up because of that stupid kinky gear and it's made her pregnant? German, is that a bit of a German? Look like a German suplex. Right, we've got Sammy up, knee strike to the midsection by Bobby Fish. Big boot, and Sammy goes back to the corner. Kick to the face by Sammy. Spanish fly by Sammy. Hames told me to say that. It's an alright match so far, says Brony. Sammy on the outside. Climbing up. Match is okay. Yeah, match is alright. It's alright. He's up top. Oh, and Bobby Fish knocks Sammy down. He does keep going up top, and he keeps getting caught, Sammy. Big strike by Bobby. Still got Karu Shida and Serena Deeb coming up. I'm looking forward to that. Both guys going up top. Looks like it's going to be a big superplex by Bobby. Ooh. Avalanche Falcon Arrow. 1, 2. Kick out by Sammy. Avalanche Falcon Arrow. So off the top, which is what makes it an avalanche. And then turned it into, not a suplex where he went backwards, but actually spins him round and plants him down on his back from the top. It's not a move that you see all that often. Jobber Deeb is going to lose. That was good, says Brony. Dalmar says, do you think if Becky and Charlotte would disagree with Vince about swapping titles and her in the lineage? No, I don't think they'd give a flip. I don't think they'd care. Bobby in the corner telling Sammy to get up to his feet. Oof, went for a kick up on the shoulders. Sammy. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Sammy wins. What's Sammy calling that move? The GTH. What's happening? Is this the American Top Team? Okay. American Top Team coming out, surrounding the ring. Is that Paige Van Zandt with pink hair? In like an 80s, painfully 80s tracksuit. Paige Van Zandt. Acting like she can fight. I mean, it's Junior Dustin. I was like, he should be murdering Sammy right now. Fuego. Here's Fuego. I hope no one leaves the ring. I hope no one even notices that Fuego's got in there. Fuego goes down. Good. Oh, I tell you, if Fuego had come down and all these MMA stars had jumped out the ring in terror, that would have been awful. Jericho. Jericho coming down with Hager. God. Jericho and Junior Dos Santos. Inner Circle cleaning house. Jericho and JDS. Right, what's Dan Lambert got to say? Okay. I really like Dan Lambert, says Michael. I'm pretty sure you're someone definitely wishing to get drafted from SmackDown to NXT. Daisy's like, how on earth are the MMA fighters getting beaten? That is exactly what I'm like. Watching Jericho knock down Junior Dos Santos is enough to just make me just take a minute. Just take a minute. Have a word with myself. It is what it is. Lambert kicking off on Philadelphia, and they are loud, man. Are we building to Jorge Masvidal against Jericho? So Dan Lambert is just determined to get through that promo. Jericho said, I didn't hear a damn thing you just said. And the mic cuts off. Very vocal, very vocal. Dan Lambert was quick when the mic quit work. He was, yeah, he did jump in with that. Shirley said, what's going on with the show tonight? Shut the flip up chants. When is Danhausen going to show up? I don't know. I think they would be interested in Danhausen. It's got a fun gimmick. Right, we got the Acclaimed backstage. The crowd are amazing. The crowd are maybe the best part of the show. I honestly think the crowd are like the best part of the show. They are so loud, so passionate, so vocal. They're really impressive. That crowd is immense. Absolutely immense. What is Bobby Fish's best match of all time? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine his best match was probably outside of NXT. I mean, I know he did some stuff in New Japan. He did a lot in Ring of Honor. But his best match... I don't know. It probably might be in a tag match when he was with. I saw a great match in NXT, Undisputed Era against Mustache Mountain. Saw them a few times. I saw that live at the Royal Albert Hall, and it was amazing. And then they did the rematch, and that was a 5-star match from Dave Meltzer. So I don't know if Bobby Fish ever had another 5-star match, but there was those tag matches that were brilliant. And I would imagine that in Ring of Honor he probably had a fair few good matches, but I never watched. But I know certainly that's where he made a name for himself. Tony Khan's big announcement is next, says Hayden. Paul Carpenter said, I can't believe I missed Jericho last week when AEW came to Rochester. Daniel says, whatever the Joker is, you don't need to worry about a reaction. The noise of that crowd, it is amazing. Febin said, do you think they should break the bank and bring in Connor as a one-off, maybe against Punk? How do you use him realistically? How would you use Connor realistically? I mean, him against Punk, Connor wins. He destroys him. He just absolutely destroys him. So if you can find a way of making it, like, if you can bring any kind of realism into it, if there's any way that you could get, because you need Connor fans to watch. So you need something quite spicy. And I don't quite know what that would be. Him going back and forth with Jericho on the mic would be money. But then what's the end result? He's going to have a match with Jericho. Going to destroy him. So I don't quite know how you would use him. I mean, bringing him in certainly brings eyes. It's a lot of money, though. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And I don't know that you would get your money out of it. That would be something that Tony would have to really weigh up. I watch AEW on my phone. Literally woke as the show started. Moldy, shout out to you. You shouldn't be using UFC MMA fighters against AEW stars. UFC and MMA fighters would surely destroy them. Lucha Bros all the way. Dave said Tony Khan's big announcement is that he's going to have Nick Khan round for dinner. Tony Khan's big announcement is that William Hensey is a pervert, says William Hensey. What do you think Tony Khan's big announcement is? Get in your thoughts. What do you think that Tony Khan's big announcement is going to be? What about Conor versus Roman? You could maybe make that a bit more interesting because Roman is quite big. You probably, if you were going to do it, you'd have to have someone that's got size. And that would have to be, you know, Conor as the smaller guy. They did that with Big Show and Mayweather, didn't they? They put him in with Big Show so that... Because if you put Mayweather in with anyone even close to his own size, how do you make that look realistic? But him against Big Show... Right, we're going to get... Yeah, it's a new title. It's a brand new title because Aubrey has got a belt in her hand. It's only one belt, though. Tony Schiavone says we've changed the wrestling business. So is it going to be the TBS women's title? I think it's going to be TBS in it. It's going to be that new women's belt. Yeah. Right, let's see what this looks like. A new championship. I like the size. I like the size of the new championship. TBS championship. Women's division, TBS championship in the women's division. We know all this. Okay, so it's going to be Aubrey that's going to unveil it. God, it's just like the TNT title. God, how underwhelming. Thanks. Thanks, AEW. Well, there we go. It's got TBS in the center, and it's exactly the same as... Well, whatevs. I don't even like the blue. I don't know. Wow, that's disappointing. Well, there we go. New title belt unveiled on AEW. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like the fact that it's connected? Let me see if I can find a picture. Got one. I've got one. Here we go. What did you want it to look like? I wanted it to look good. Where did it save? Save pictures? There. I mean, I don't like the TNT belt, so... I mean, having another title that looks like the TNT belt ain't going to do it for me. And, yeah. So, big breaking news then that the TBS Women's Championship has just been shown on AEW Dynamite. TBS obviously in the center. It looks just like the TNT title. I don't know. This is one that's disappointing to me because I did want something different. I'm a fan of belts, and I don't really like it when the belts look all the same. I'm not a fan of how WWE have got like the WWE Championship looking similar to like the Universal Championship, looking similar to the Raw Women's and the SmackDown Women's. I think I much prefer it where, you know, we had like a winged eagle and they had their own kind of identity. And this was a real opportunity to really create something a little bit different. I'm personally not the biggest fan of the TNT title anyway, but I do like the fact that this is a belt for the women. I do like the fact that AEW are introducing this title as a mid-card title for the women. I think that's great. I give them a lot of credit for that. And, yeah, you know, obviously we've seen some great TNT matches. I'm certainly not down on the concept of the TNT title. And I'm not down on the concept of the TBS belt as well. So this is for the women. It's a women's mid-card championship. And as we said, they've done it and made it look like the men's mid-card title, which is the TNT title. Don't get the blue at the bottom. Don't really understand that, to be perfectly truthful. But I'm sure we will... I don't know, is that the TBS colours, maybe? Maybe it's got something to do with those lines. But big news that AEW have revealed the TBS title. That's Tony Khan's big announcement this evening. And, wow, we're already underway with Nick Comoroto and Darby. Hang on, let's try and lose this image. I've gone from not being the biggest fan of this belt to now not being able to get rid of the belt. There. Boom. Right, Darby against Nick Comoroto. Comoroto's got Darby up. There was nothing in the way of entrances for this. Literally, they've just come down and we are underway. Oh, and they're going to picture-in-picture anyway, so you're not missing anything. We've still got it on. Right, we've got Darby Allin in the corner, slumping down with Nick Comoroto stomping away. So Comoroto very much in control at the moment. Throws him across the ring. I like Komoroto. I think he's got something interesting about him. He's got a little bit of like old school wrestler about him. He's a little bit like Berserker. He's a little bit early Ultimate Warrior. Like, I definitely, if he had face paint, I would put face paint on Komoroto. I'd put face paint on him, and I would go down that road. I wouldn't make him like the Warrior. I wouldn't have him all out Ultimate Warrior, but I definitely think you could go down that kind of old school road with him. He's got the tassels. Throws Darby into the corner. He's just a proper throwback to the likes of the Warlord and a throwback to the likes of Berserker and whatnot. Fit Tennis 60 says, network branding, no thanks. People wouldn't freak if WWE put out a Fox title. It's interesting. Shout out to you, Fit Tennis 60. Appreciate the support, my friend. They've got the TNT one. They've done it already, so. I suppose in a way, is it just a really clever way of getting you to remember what channel they're on? Is it just like a really smart way of getting you to, if ever you can't remember what channel they're on, well, they've got a TNT title and they've got a TBS title, so start there if you want to watch the show. Maybe it's just like a real subliminal way of getting you to remember what channels they're on. Darby backs into the corner. Komoroto charges over. Darby Allin with a stunner, and Komoroto goes down. Looking for a coffin drop onto the back of Nick Komoroto. Already, wow, I didn't realise that was the time, you know. Okay, so Darby Allin wins thanks to that coffin drop. Darby climbing up, but QT Marshall's jumped into the ring, and Sting no-sold that then. There was a bit of a stunner there that he just delivers to Sting. Sting absolutely no-sells it. Kick is looking for plants him down. Scorpion death drop. So there we go. Days, I want to see you without a beard. Oh. How is Sting able to no-sell the older he gets, says Austin. It's kind of short and sweet, that match, wasn't it? But always fun seeing Sting. And obviously Darby Allin. Okay, we're backstage with the Dark Order. It's up to you lot to decide who will make the decisions. They're saying from now on we should vote. Okay, we've got the Dark Order backstage. They've decided they're going to vote on things going forward. Okay. Dante Martin. I'm sorry, babe. Okay, feel like that. Chronic Effect, shout out to you. Nice to see Dark Order working things out, says CCSYT. Dante Martin in the ring right now. He said, I've been in the ring with Kenny Omega, and not only have I held my own, but I gave him a run for his money. I'll fight anyone they can bring. Who they're going to bring? Lights go out. Who they bringing out? Oh, is it Malachi? Lights went out. They came back on. It's Malachi Black that's in the ring. Blackman, boom. Kind of spat and then hit a black mass or whatever it's called in AEW. Lights are still out. Where did Dante Martin go? Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Are we ever going to see him again? Malachi Black accepts. Oh, there he is. Well, there we go. Malachi Black accepts. So we're going to get what? Malachi Black taking on Dante Martin. Okay. Well, there we go. Dante's dead. Dante versus Black. Pay the damn light bill, said Fit Tennis. He fell outside. Get in your halftime scores plus 12 minutes. Halftime scores plus 12 minutes. What are your thoughts on the show so far? The second anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Are you loving it? Are you hating it? What are you thinking? Are you enjoying it? It's called a spat mass. Oh. 5 says Jacob. 7 says Tina. 6 says let him in. 725 says Brony. 925 says Brendan. 7 said Austin. 5 says Shaquem. Bonkers says 6. Future Comp says 7. What would you think of Big Show being a manager? What would I think of Big Show being a manager? Where did you go? For that new signing, the big guy, once he debuts when he's ready. What new signing? What big guy? Have AEW signed someone? 5 says Mark. 725 says Sean Andre. Burn It Down says 5. Shola says 5.5. Bonkers says 6. Lone Star Friend says 6. Oh, hang on. I know that guy you're talking about. Is he like the Indian guy? They've just signed like a 7-foot Indian guy, haven't they? What do I think about? I think you'd probably want to put someone small with him. I think you'd probably want to put someone small so that you really emphasize how big he is. So I probably wouldn't put Big Show as a manager. Problem with Big Show being a manager is he's always gonna tower over people. That new guy might actually tower over Big Show, but I still would put him with someone really. I'd actually put Vicky with him, Vicky Guerrero, who can be really small and she can be his like annoying mouthpiece. You could maybe do that. Lone Star Friend says 6. Airflow Games said 6.75. Dylan says 7. Patty says 7. Chris says 7.5. Shan says 7. Bonkers says 6. Melissa says 7. J14 says 7.25. Anna says 6.25. 7 says Hayden. 7.25 says J14. Justin says Satnam Singh is his name. Satnam Singh. I'm going to have to remember that. I'm going to call him Satnav Singh on. I don't know, I will. Steven says 7. Ledger Killer says 6.5. Mike says 7.5. John says 6.1, not so big announcements out of 10. Right, we've got Orange Cassidy in the ring. Is it? No, it's Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks in what looked like double denim from a distance. Yeah, Ricky Starks. He does look like Orange Cassidy with his double... His, what looks to be like double denim. Okay. Is that feud still going, him and Brian Cage? Brian didn't show up to work. I was going to challenge him to a Philly street fight. Right, well, Brian Cage did turn up to work, and he's come running down. Big clothesline. Bell hasn't sounded. Brian Cage unloading on Ricky, and Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs drag him out the ring. Okay. We're going to hear from the locker room about the new title. There's Thunder. So, Thunder wants that belt. Sky blue. Ruby Soho. Expect the unexpected. Jade Cargill. She could have it, couldn't she? Jade Cargill could have it. It's going to be hard to see anyone denying her from getting it. First woman to win 50 matches. I like that trophy. I love the fact they've made a big deal out of that. I think that's such a clever thing. That is so clever. Like, if you win 50 matches, you should get an award. If you win 100 matches, you should get an award. I agree with that. I think that's great. So clever. Well done to AEW for that. Making matches feel bigger as a result. She'd be the first woman to achieve it. That's good. An award for 50 wins. It's a great idea, man. It's a great idea. So, Shida in the ring. First female to win 50 matches. Hikaru Shida. Can Sariba Deeb stop her? If they were announced they were going to move Dynamite to Mondays to feast on Raw like buzzards or a hyena eating an old gazelle, that would have been a bigger announcement. That would have been a bigger announcement. This wasn't well thought out. The award should be a title shot, should it not? I don't think so. Because I think this is something that they should celebrate going forward. Like, I understand being the first woman to do it is significant, but why can't you give an award to if anyone wins, say, 100 matches, why could you not give an award out every time? So this is for, this is for Serena Deeb's 100th win, and she might get it this week. No, she still hasn't got it, and then, like, you could even build a story about, like, will she get it? Is she going to get this? She's been stuck on 99 for a month now. And it gives you just like a talking point for matches that don't have a talking point. I don't think everything needs to be about titles. There's definitely other achievements that you can get in wrestling, and this is it's a brilliant idea. I'm not sure about Shida's ring attire. She's got like she's got trunks on, and then she's got like something on her leg, some red fabric. It's kind of like she bought some Aladdin pants and then cut them in half. Nice spin there by Shida. Down goes. Nice kick out by Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb wants to shake hands. Shida gets slapped. Different. Didn't they do the same thing for Jungle Boy? I don't remember it. If they did, then fair play. It's a great idea. Deeb in the corner. Shida throwing in big strikes. Deeb pushes her away. Shida charging over. Headbutt. Wow, she just delivered a headbutt into a drop kick. And she goes out the ring. Strikes coming to the back of the head by Shida. She's got Deeb outside the ring. Knee lift by Shida. And Deeb comes crashing out. It's gone quite quick, this show, you know. It's gone quite quick. The closest women to 50 wins after Shida is Nyla Rose and Ty Conti. Wow. Deeb gets the chair, throws it back underneath the ring. She calls for Shida to get into the ring. Shida ducks underneath. Deeb grabs her. Front face lock by Deeb, trying to get her into a net breaker. Net breaker. Wow, that was quite vicious as well. Shida slumps down out the ring. Smile on the face of Serena Deeb. Jungle Boy didn't get one, says Patty. Is there a Saturday night AEW show? Not as far as I know. Not weekly. I mean, I don't know when Dark and Elevation are, but I've got a feeling they're on during the week. So I'm not aware of anything. Oh yeah, man, I totally forgot. We've still got that ladder match, haven't we? I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Right, the match has gone a little bit slow. I think mainly as a result of us being... I think we're still at commercial break. Serena Deeb. Uppercut. Let's go Shida is the chant. Let's go Shida. Serena Deeb looking out at the crowd, looking very disappointed. She's got a stretch applied onto Serena Deeb. Elbows into the side of the body. So, Deeb very much in control at the moment. This thing can't go too much longer because of that ladder match. Strikes coming into the midsection by Hikaru Shida. Deeb stomping on the head. I got Roku. I'm watching it now. Just confirmed he got a trophy. It was on Road Rager, says CCSYT. Yes, we are in picture-in-picture. The ladder match had better start in the next several minutes. Oh, into the top turnbuckle goes Serena Deeb. Uppercut. Went for another uppercut. Karu Shida looking for that backslide. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Karu Shida. So we should be back, so hopefully the match will pick up a little bit. Strikes coming in by Shida. Went for another one. Deeb went to block it, but Shida found a way through. Well, front face lock spinning around, plants her down. She could probably get that over like Cesaro's swing. She just got her in a front face lock and then started spinning around. Shida going up top. Missile drop kick and Deeb goes down. 1, 2. Kick out by Deeb. Kick out by Deeb. Right, she's got Serena Deeb. Strikes coming in across the back by Karu Shida. Serena, look at that. Lovely stretch. Octopus stretch applied by Serena Deeb. She's got her in the middle of the ring at the moment. Double underhook. Picking her up. Couldn't get it. Big forearm strike by Karu Shida. Uppercut coming in by Serena Deeb. Oh, lovely. Went for an enziguri. Couldn't get it. Lovely pin by Serena Deeb. That's a great pin. Shida backing into the corner. Knee strike. Deeb goes down. Deeb goes against the ropes and she actually collapses outside the ring. Right, we've got Karu Shida on that top rope. Looks for a crossbody to the outside. Throws Deeb back into the ring. Karu Shida climbing back up as well. Getting into the ring. Against the ropes. Little bit of a... Trying to take the leg away. Oh, switched it to a dragon screw. Yeah, so Deeb able to get back into control. Nice. Swinging net breaker. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up by Karu Shida. Crowd are quite quiet. Not into it so much. Elbow drop by Deeb. And again. She's got the leg and gets knocked into the corner. Here comes Shida, knee strike. Picks up Deeb. She's got her on her shoulders, but Deeb goes all the way across. Shida moves out the way. High kick. The chemistry's not brilliant between these two. Serena Deeb gets planted down. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Against the ropes goes Shida. Strike. Deeb goes down. Shida in control. Tries to pick up and plants Serena Deeb. 1, 2. Shoulder up again. Good work. This is a decent little match, this. This isn't as good as Serena Deeb's matches with others. Like, the chemistry with Karu Shida doesn't seem to be as good. Knee strikes coming in. Shida going for a kick and Deeb grabbing the leg. Strikes coming into the thigh. Ooh, a little bit of a rake of the eyes there by Deeb. Fair play. Here we go. She's got double underhook, picking her up, going to put her away, plants her down, gets it, rolls Shida over, 1, 2. Oh. Thought that was going to do it, man. I like that this match has had a little bit of time to it. Now she's smashing Kairi Shida's knee into the mat. No 50. She's pulling back. Oh, yeah, no 50. Deeb wins. Deeb wins. Yeah. There is justice. Brilliant. She should smash that trophy now. Do it. Smash it. Break it. She gets the trophy. Yeah! She nails her with it. Yay! Deep, 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 deep. You're the best. Serena Deeb's the best. Do it again. Do it again. She's down. Do it again. Smash her in the face with it again, Deeb. Excellent work. Ah, that was good. Austin said, Daisy, I told you Serena Deeb would win. She's not a jobber. Airflow said Deeb wins. JP said, well, that's the end of Shida's winning streak. Serena Deeb's awful, said no one ever. Good job that they destroyed that preemptive trophy. Yeah. Destroy that preemptive trophy. How insulting to have a match and the company you work for has already made a trophy saying congratulations on the 50th win. I completely agree. I completely agree. Hello, mass man. What's going on? It's Retribution. Retribution are here, guys. What is this? Wow. Darby Allin rammed headfirst into a stop sign. A stop sign that was on a fence. What is going on? That has got to hurt, actually. Yeah, man, he just slammed down Darby Allin hard. 5-on-1 battering. MJF Pinnacle. Well, we can't say for certain it's them. So, Darby absolutely destroyed, beaten up. It was the actual cameraman. Yeah, that was a crazy bump. That was a crazy bump. Who have you got this weekend, Dern or Rodriguez? I think it's a great fight. I think it's a great fight. I think it's hard, man. I think it's really difficult. I remember Rodriguez taking on Amanda Hebus. She looked really good in that fight. I haven't seen who's the odds-on favourite yet. I might lean Mackenzie Dern. But I do think that Rodriguez is a very, very good opponent. But my gut feeling, without looking at any tape and just going off, you know, what I've seen from both of them, probably go with Mackenzie Dern. How do you even know that's the Pinnacle? They had masks on. Listen, I've not said it's the Pinnacle. I don't know that it's them. Here's Leo Rush. I know this is Leo Rush. I like Leo Rush. They call me the man of the hour. I'm a businessman. Let's talk business. It's LBO days. You doing UFC or AEW on Saturday, October 16th? Don't know. I take it a week at a time. This show has been very good. It's not felt dull, says CCSYT. How do we know that's Excalibur? He wears a mask also, says JP Fawn. Okay, we're going over to the ladder match. You're probably going to cry. I'm not subscribed to Football Days yet. I'm not going to cry, but Football Days might. That guy's got swag. Brian said Punk was technically right in saying that he was going to fight tonight because Rampage is recorded after Dynamite. Well, I don't know that, do I? I don't know that. He said he was going to fight tonight, but he's not been on the show and they've not advertised him. So where is he? Why is CM Punk lying to me? Why is Dynamite on Saturday next week and not Wednesday? Don't know. Must be that they need like the channel for some reason. Lio Rush as a manager again. AEW's on Saturday. This might clash with UFC. Might do. I don't know when UFC is. I'd have to have a look at the times. Do you think Lio Rush will retire and then unretire? How long is it going to take? This could have been an email, Leo. Actually, could have been an email. It was a weak promo. I'm not excited by Lio Rush, says Ponton. That was a weak promo. I really liked his vignette from the other week, though. I thought that was good. CCSYT said, I think it might be hockey. Mike says it is hockey. Hockey. There we go. That's probably going to hurt their ratings a touch as well, innit? No one's winning when they move to a weekend. I survived The Undertaker's Mansion on Netflix. Well done. NBA is next week, so they've had to move. His promo was as weak as Shida tapping out to the legend Serena Deeb. Well, it wasn't weak that she did that. She just didn't really have much chance or choice, did she? She was in a very difficult situation and she had to do what she had to do. I don't think any of us are blaming her for that. Hello, Robert. Hope you're well, bud. Right, we are at commercial break, but we are building towards our next... We are building towards our next match, which is sure to be the Casino Ladder match. Casino Ladder match. It's who is the Joker? That's the big talking point here. Who is the Joker? We asked people earlier, and a lot of you have said it is Hangman that's going to be the Joker. That was the majority. Right, we're about to go back to the action. Serena Deeb was extraordinary. Right, here's Jamie Hayter. Here is Reba and Britt Baker. You can fight amongst yourselves for once, rather than obsessing about who's on top. Have fun fighting in your little tournament. I'll be watching from the top. Your main event. Look at the... That's what they've got to get. The big AEW casino chip that is suspended above the ring. They're running out of time for this ladder match. What are they doing? I don't know. Is there a bit of an overrun or something? They are running out of time, aren't they, a little bit? When's the Joker come in? Well, we've got entrances first. Brony says Bray Wyatt. It's going to be Bray Wyatt. Does the TBS title make Brit's title worth more? I don't think it makes it worth more. Oh no, what's this? They're coming out in Philly shirts. So the 76ers mascot has come out. He's got his own belt. Orange Cassidy gets into the ring. Right, OC in the ring. It's the big dog Joker's going to be armed with his Glock. Corvid said Bray can't debut for another 23 days. The casino chip is still better than that Sonic ring. That's true. Here is Pac. The first two grab the chip, but they have to wait for... Nah, I think you can win it before everyone's in the match. You can win it before everyone's in the match. All right, Pac's making his way. There we go, the match has started. This match could be over before the other competitors even join. So why are they messing around with this? Just someone go and get a ladder. Slam down. I'm watching AEW Dynamite. Legend Killer, shout out to you. These two guys already lost to Omega. Move along. Shoulder tackle, down goes Orange Cassidy. When does the Joker enter at the end? Orange Cassidy lying with his arms. But I don't get why these two aren't fighting, because surely this is a big advantage right now to just beat your opponent, get the ladder, and get the chip before anyone else comes down to the ring. Orange Cassidy charging over at Pac. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera, says Chronic's Effect. Grab the freaking ladder, you geniuses. There we go. Pac with a ladder. Chucks it into the ring. OC pushes it back. Orange Cassidy. Round. He holds on. Countdown. Suplex by Pac. Next person to come down. It's going to be Andrade El Idolo. Andrade El Idolo making his way down. We haven't seen loads of Andrade. His record's only 2-0. He's had 2 matches. CM Punk's had more, hasn't he? Yeah, Andrade's come down. He's grabbed a ladder. Good boy. Pac drop kick through the ropes. Why does Pac remind me of Neville? Brothers. Andrade, Jessica Andrade. Andrade and Buddy Murphy, Matthews are very close friends. Right, Andrade jumps onto the ladder. Now he's trading shots back and forth with Pac. We've got the countdown clock is under a minute. Going to be getting our next entrant very soon. Lovely powerbomb there by Andrade. Dax, shout out to you. Hope you are well. Right, we've got Andrade with... this was good. Look at that. Boom. He's got the ladder. He's put it in front of Pac. Going against the ropes, and Orange Cassidy comes in, puts his hands in his pockets. Low kicks coming in, look. And now Andrade. Oh, big chop by Andrade. That was a big chop. Against the ropes goes Orange Cassidy. Down goes Andrade. Drop kick to Pac. And now here comes Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy making his way down. Big money, Matt. Yep. Imagine if we don't get the Joker, because it just ends before they enter. They will have to do that one day. Can't imagine every casino ladder match is going to end where all of the participants make it in. If you can win before everyone's in, then they're going to have to do that one day. Matt Hardy climbing up. That would actually be quite cool, wouldn't it? Because, like, you could then have Tony Khan come out and say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that this match finished before all the participants could come in, but let me introduce to you who tonight's Joker was going to be. And then, like, you get it, you end up getting them that way instead. Not bad. Austin sounds better than usual. Women of Wrestling have announced the signing of Tessa, and AJ Lee is the executive of the company. God, that's big, isn't it? AJ Lee. Getting back involved in wrestling. That's huge. Shame she's not wrestling. Here's Pat getting up. They keep saying it's the Joker, but what if they mean it is the Joker? Pat comes crashing down onto Matt Hardy and Andrade. 18 seconds, then we get our next entrant. I don't know who else we've got left to come out. I know we've got Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley! Oh, who's he got? Oh, Lance Archer's come out. They've just grabbed someone. Well, that went wrong, didn't it? He literally just threw a dude at Andrade. Andrade got out the way, so that dude ended up hitting nothing but the floor. So, I don't know if that was meant to go that way. Right, we've got Pac, Andrade, Moxley, Archer, Hardy, Cassidy. Right, so it's Moxley next, and then it's the Joker. Everyone dies. Straight to the back of Archer by Hardy. You guys are at picture-in-picture. What do they have to grab? It's a casino chip. Because it is a casino ladder match. The casino ladder match winner receives a world title match. You've got 1 minute, 10 seconds till Moxley comes down. We don't have time thing was lame when Kenny, Daniel, Bryan. It would be lame tonight, even though the show is almost over and they really will be out of time. I don't think they'll get out of time. I'm just saying that if this match can end before everyone enters, then you'd have to think at some point they will tell that story. So I think, you know, they will do it at some point. I'm not saying they'll do it tonight, but at some point in AEW's history, you think that will be a story they'll tell. Is it a literal casino chip or a big one? Big one. Lance Archer looking up. Back from commercial. I'm getting annoyed at picture in picture. They cut it short for commercials. Are even done. Didn't happen the night, but happened every other night. 5 seconds. Waiting for Moxley to make his way down. Right, the next person is the Joker. The next person is the Joker. Jon Moxley. Moxley coming through the crowd. Archer's going to meet him. He's gone the wrong way. Big strikes. Archer and... ooh. Did he clip the fan? Did Archer just clip that fan? Yeah, I mean, that fan's into it anyway. The fan looks like he's been having a good few drinks. He's like, yeah. Just sort of looked like he clipped the fan. Moxley hasn't even made it to the ring. Right. Is Lance drunk? Who is the newest to the chat? Right, we've got Lance getting back into the ring. 50-odd seconds to go. Crowd are going to go insane for Buddy, said Corvid. Well, we're going to find out. Who's it going to be? Orange Punch by Orange Cassidy. Lance Archer is standing there, and Orange Cassidy's trying to get onto the back of Lance Archer, trying to climb up that ladder. Moxley hurls Orange Cassidy into Lance Archer, hurls him down. Here we go. Joker time. Joker, Joker. Jokey, Joker. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hangman Page, baby. Hangman Page. Well done to the chat. The chat called it. The Hangman is back. Look who's back. Hangman jumps into the ring. Hangman called it, said J14. Corvid said that's a waste of a Joker spot. CCSYT said I wanted Buddy, but I'll take it. Justin said Hangman's back. Hayden said I knew it would be Hangman. Crossbody to Hangman, who throws OC into that ladder. Over the top. Crossbody. Matt Hardy goes down. Big strike by Pat. Stomps coming in by Pat. Hangman is down. We've got, what, 6 minutes of this show left? So there we go. The Joker is Hangman Adam Page. How was that a waste of a spot, says Austin. Burn It Down's disappointed. I think people wanted someone new, didn't they? But I think Hangman was the favourite for it. Here's Pat with a table on the outsides. I still don't know who this guy is. Stomps coming in by Pac on Hangman. So Pac setting up a table in the ring. We've got a ladder in there. Table being set up. Yeah, so we've got Hangman on the table. Pac is climbing up the ladder. So Pac's going to go all the way to the top of the ladder. This looks cool. Here's Andrade. Andrade's climbing up. Forearm strike to the leg of Pac. Pac kicks out at Andrade. Hangman's been on paternity leave. Ooh, that did not look nice at all. Andrade going to the outside seemed to hit his head off a chair. Didn't look good. Hangman, Pac, some lovely shots. He's got, Hangman's got... Oh, God, that didn't look good. Oh, that didn't look good at all. That looked pretty moody, man. Oof. I think he landed on his shoulders. I think it is his shoulders that went through. But I think the problem was that it looked to me like Hangman broke the table before Pac even went through it. So the table didn't, like, break Pac's fall or anything. He just literally went straight down to the ground. Moxley biting Orange Cassidy. I think he's all right. Pac rolled out the ring after that spot, and I'm guessing he's all right. There doesn't seem to be any concern from the referees. Brutal spot, though. Here's Matt Hardy. Leg drop through a table. That did botch the landing a little. Come on, Hangman, says Sean Andre. Right, here's Lance Archer. They didn't gimmick the tables. Tables have been breaking okay. Buckshot lariat. Hangman in the ring. Here's Hangman climbing up. Moxley jumps into the ring with a chair. Strikes Hangman with that chair. So we've got Hangman and we've got Moxley both climbing up in the middle of the ring. Gotta think we're getting towards the end of this. Strikes coming in by Moxley. Matt's gonna need some cortisone after this. Justin said the Fiend is going to show up any second and win this. Any second the Fiend's coming, guys. Moxley goes down, goes out the ring. It leaves just Hangman on his own. Hangman on his own. Hangman's got the casino chip. Struggling to get it off. He's won it. Hangman wins the casino ladder match. Hangman wins. Hangman wins. Oh, there we go. Hangman gets a shot at Kenny Omega. Corbett says, boo. Shola said, that's predictable. Hangman has done it. Sean Andre said, let's go. Let's go. Hangman wins, says Heather. Jeremy says, Hangman is taking the title. Luke says, I want to see how Elite and Paige unfold. Sonny says, has Miss Clown been in the chat? Haven't seen Miss Clown. Gil Ponio said, Hangman is my favourite character. Hangman and Cole on being the Elite. Let's go, says Vishnu. James, shout out to you. Aaron said, some of you really don't like Hangman. I like Hangman. Look at people complaining. I hate that, says Burn It Down. James Chadwick said it was obvious, but Hangman does deserve it. Celebrate with a beer, says Justin. Big mistake to elevate Hangman to the title scene, says J Brock. This one has kind of split people a little bit. Tell you what, let's do a little poll whilst everyone gets in their thoughts. So get in your full-time scores, and we'll ask the question: Do you like Hangman winning? Do you like Hangman winning tonight? I better change that to winning the casino ladder match. Do you like Hangman winning the casino ladder match? Yes or no? Let's see what people have got to say. There's some out there that don't like it. I think there's more that do. But let's not guess. Let's ask the community. Let's get the community's thoughts. And in about 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, we'll take a look. 1987 Big Fan says 5. We've got... Let's go down. Austin says 7.5. Shola says 6.5. CCSYT says 8.5. Corvid 76 says bad booking. Anador says 7. Hayden says 7.5. Kevin said, where's Wyndham? Austin says 7.5. David Walker said, I voted no. 7.72 beers on a ladder at 10. Ronnie says 7. Airflow says 7. CCSYT says 8.5. Rye said 7.5 TBS championships out of 10. Justin says 7.5. 725 says Brony. 7.32 says Brian. Lone Star Friend, shout out to you. He was supposed to be taking the title off Kenny, says Jake. Princess Lady says 8. Solid 7, says Spyro Gamer. Justin Archer says 7.5. Ledge Killer says 7.5. Glipon Neo Kurt Russell says 7.5. Sir Jay says 6.5. Ben Russell says 7.5. Serge says 7. Brad G says 7.5. Trey said, I'm ready for a Hangman title run. Jordan says 10. Daniel says 8. Alex Bloomfield said 5. Zoom Station 7.25. 1987 Big Fan says 6. Predictable Ending 7, says Bill. Legend Killer says 7.5. William Hensey said 10 out of 10. I liked the part where the boobs came out and went boobs everywhere. Then more boobs ran out the back. And there was boobs in the crowd. There was loads of boobs. I cried, said William Hensey. I mean, honestly, I don't even know what William Hensey's reviewing. I don't feel like it's AEW. But it certainly feels like William Hensey's having a good evening, so... the Elite is going to try and stop Hangman, says Brian. MJ Lubber says 7.75. Eddie says 7.5. Bonkers says 7. Moldy said, Austin, I love Hangman. This is good long-term storytelling. Johnny, good night to you. Justin said, wait, there was boobs. Extra Crispy King says 8.25. Bonkers says 7. 8.5. How many votes have we had? We've had 200 votes. Flip. Over 200 votes already. We've only put the poll up 3 minutes ago. That is amazing. That is amazing, isn't it? That is amazing. Over 200 votes. Over 200 votes already. So we'll see what we'll see where that gets to. And at the moment, I can tell you that yes is 76%, no 24%. So 3/4 of people are into it. 1/4 of people not feeling it as much tonight with Hangman. So just gives us a bit of an idea as where we are. So I mean, in all fairness, I don't know that there's much in wrestling that you're going to... I don't know if there's anything in wrestling that's going to get 100%. I don't think there's anything that would ever get 100%. So, let's see. Hangman getting up to 77 now. Celebrate with a beer for Hangman, said Justin. Unbroken said, I was too busy looking at nuts to notice boobs. Worried that some of the guys getting injured tonight. It seemed a bit of a rough show, said Jonathan. Days, is it odd how a wrestler in a normal match can be hit and smacked around and be okay, but in a ladder match they can't seem to be punched before running out of breath? I can't say I've noticed that, to be honest. Chronic's Effect, shout out to you. The people don't like it, just wanted Buddy Matthews, to be fair, which is fair enough. Well, let's... I'm going to wait until we get to about 250. We're on 229. So as soon as you get another 21 votes, we will have a look at the poll. Drinking James, Gentleman Jack on the rocks. It keeps me hydrated. You drinking Jack Daniels on the rocks. That explains a lot, William. Yeah, I mean, I thought the show was all right. I thought it was all right. I've seen better Dynamites. I'm going to say it's a 7. I'm going to largely agree with the chat. Give it a 7 out of 10. I think there was people that are way more into it than what I was. I wasn't really feeling that first match. Not really feeling the new title, just because I don't really like that belt design. So, just there's a couple of things that I think didn't quite hit for me that probably did hit for others. The surprise, I would have preferred someone other than Hangman. I like Hangman, but I think that he's coming in without much momentum right now because he's been away for a while. So he's come back. He's got a nice pop. I kind of feel like he needs like, you know, building up. I wouldn't do that title match anytime soon, him and Omega. I think there was potential for someone, even if you just bring him in for once. You know, the Buddy Matthews thing, I think definitely did get. That's the problem, isn't it? When someone like that is going to tease, and people like Buddy Matthews. So if he's going to tease it and whatever, then there will be some that are a bit like, oh. I'm not that bothered by Buddy Matthews. I just kind of think like Hangman coming back, it's fine. I'm not like down on it. I'm not down on it. I just think we need to wait a while before he actually gets that title match. Just because I think like for him to have a match and then win the belt so soon, don't know. I would want to put a few obstacles in his way first. Definitely have him getting beaten up by the Elite and all of that, and I'm sure we will get that. So yeah, I suppose I'm not down on it. I'm trying to think who I would have had instead. I mean, Braun. I don't know if Braun's free, but if that had been like Braun Strowman, I think that would have been a bigger deal, and that would have been like a big moment. And again, even if you just brought him in for one thing, or if they could have got like Naito or someone like that from New Japan. Like, that could have been insane. Because they've clearly got a relationship with New Japan. Ospreay, would have been very interesting if Ospreay had been in that match. So, I don't know. Hangman's fine. He's definitely part of the I'll take that group. But he's not someone that made me lose my mind. It's like, okay, it's Hangman. Pretty much what we was expecting. But he's won. He's going to get the title shot against Kenny. I would just wait a little while now. And, yeah, I mean, like, it was a perfectly fine show. Perfectly fine, perfectly serviceable. I have seen much better. And I kind of was into the Deeb Shida match. I love that Deeb won. I just didn't think the chemistry was quite there. I've seen better Deeb matches as well. And I'm really into Serena Deeb. So, yeah, there was some stuff. The ladder match itself was good. Hangman coming back's a big moment. The beatdown of Darby Allin was brutal. That was good. When they were beating up Darby Allin, the Pinnacle under the masks, I thought that was done very well. So I thought that was good. And trying to think what else. Sammy's match was all right. That was all right. And the ladder match itself had some big spots. So, yeah, it was fine. Serviceable. I think I pretty much kind of where the chat was. So, we've got to the 250 as well. Let's see what people think. And I can tell you, it rose. It rose. This is our final part of it. Do you like Hangman winning the casino ladder match? Yes, says 78%. No, says 21. That was out of 252 votes. Justin said, is the women's TBS title the new women's championship? No, they're keeping both belts. So the AEW women's title is the big one, and then the TBS is their mid-card. So Daniel said, Hangman is getting interviewed in the first advert of Roads to the Top with Tony. He is constantly changing the subject every time Tony mentions the Elite Kenny or the title shot. Lauren C. tomorrow for Belgium versus France. They've got a month to build it before Full Gear. That is about, 4 weeks? Is it about 4 weeks? About 4 weeks for them to build it. I mean, obviously, it's got a big backstory, hasn't it? And there's a lot that you can do. That'll be an interesting one, won't it, next week? That'll be a real interesting one to see. Can they, within that time, build that match to the point where that it would be the right time to end Kenny's reign? I've got to be perfectly truthful. I think it's too soon. Even a month, I think, is too soon for Hangman. I think Hangman needs to have obstacles put in his way. I keep thinking back to Daniel Bryan when and the whole Yes thing. Like, they kept giving him main events, and they kept he actually won the title at SummerSlam, and then someone cashed in immediately, and then he just kept getting beaten down by the Authority, and he kept getting pushed away from the title, and it made the fans want him more. They were wanting to see him win it even more. So the problem is, now he's got this opportunity. Whatever they do, he's going to get the match. So he's got the match now, and I don't quite know how they're going to build it. I need to have a look at the build. I think I would much prefer it if he'd have lost tonight, and then kept losing and somehow got a title match, and he went in not as a favorite. I think if Hangman, when he gets that match, I actually want him to go in as the underdog. I don't want him to go in as the favorite. And I think that he'll go into this as a favorite, because we all know they're going to put the title on him soon, eventually, and soon. And he was the favorite to be the Joker. He was maybe the favorite to win it, and it's all just kind of going down a predictable road. So he's the Joker. He's won it. He's now getting the title match. If he wins it there, it's just all a little predictable. I think if I was booking AEW, I'd have him lose. I'd have him lose to Kenny. I'd have him lose. I'd then have him turn back to the drinking again, and have him really fed up with what's the point. I keep getting so close, and I just cannot do it. I cannot climb that mountain. And do you know what would be really cool? Imagine if he was drinking, right? So he's drinking, and he's all a little bit I just can't do it. I've had 2 title matches, 3, I've had multiple chances. I just can't get over the line. And, what's the point? And he's drinking and everything. And then, say Kenny, just randomly one week on Dynamite, just have Kenny Omega call out an open challenge. And he says, actually, we won't do an open challenge. I'm gonna select who I want. I want Hangman Adam Page. I want my old friend, the Hangman. And Hangman comes out with a drink, and he's clearly worse for wear. And Kenny's like, if you want a shot, I'm right here, buddy. If you want another shot at the title, I've been told that contractually I have to do a title match within the month of, I don't know, February or whatever, and you're my guy, you're the guy I'm choosing, and like have the commentator saying this is appalling. This is appalling. Kenny knows that Hangman's struggling with things at the moment and he's not in the right place. And he's going to use that to contractually get this match out of the way and all this. And then it can just be revealed that Hangman was never drinking. And it was all a ploy along. And it turns out that it's not alcohol that's in there. And all of a sudden, when the bell rings, he sobers up. And then out of nowhere, you've got a stone cold sober Hangman in a match against Kenny Omega. The tables have been turned. Hangman goes into the match as the underdog, right? Because, it's all part of the story. It happens on a random Dynamite. It doesn't happen at a pay-per-view, because if it happens at a pay-per-view, you're expecting Hangman to win. But it happens on a random Dynamite. And, you knew there'd be a title match. They can advertise a title match. But they could advertise it as an open challenge. Kenny Omega open challenge, right? And then he just calls out his old friend Hangman, put over the fact he's drunk. I would much prefer that. I would go that way if I was booking AEW. I wouldn't have him winning a ladder match that he was the favourite to win and going into a full gear main event that a lot of people are expecting him to win there as well. Because if he does win, it's like, oh, he's done it. It's not that, yes. Not for me anyway. For the hardcore AEW fans, it might be that. But it won't be for me. If Hangman goes on to win, I won't be like, oh my God, he's done it. It'll just be like, fair play. Yep, he's done it. We expected him to, and he's done it. Whereas I would much prefer it if they can find a way of catching me out, lull me into a false sense of security. Don't make me think that he doesn't stand a chance. Like how Brock ended the streak and we just didn't see it coming. I mean, that guy's reaction in the crowd was because you just didn't expect Brock to win it. He was not seen as a threat. Undertaker was on the run of his life after matches with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk. Brock wasn't winning every fight he was having, and he was just seen as another person to feed to the streak. And then he ends up beating the streak, and it's like, I just remember everyone being stunned when it actually happened. I'd love for them to book Hangman that way, and for it to catch everyone off guard, catch everyone by surprise, because he deserves that. He deserves that moment. So that'd be really, really cool. It'd be really, really cool if they could find a way of catching everyone out. Philip said, do you think WWE should have a women's mid-card title? Maybe. I mean, the problem is if you do that, you've got to have it on both brands, really. Unless you're going to somehow share a mid-card title, so... Daniel said, this first Dynamite after Full Gear is in Hangman's hometown. He's the person on the poster. I think they'll book him at Kenny at Full Gear and they will make him lose. If they did, that would be amazing. I'd love it. If they book him and make him lose, that'd be amazing. Because I wouldn't see that coming. And then, as I said, have him really doubting himself and have him really down. And because once you get him down there and the fans really are feeling for him and the fans are so desperate for him to win it, when he does, it just becomes so much sweeter. It'll mean a lot more. WoW relaunches with Tessa and AJ Lee involved. Heather, shout out to you. You're wrong. We have wanted Hangman for over the year. Pull the trigger now. Well, we'll have to agree to disagree. Justin said WWE doesn't even use women's tag titles, so they wouldn't know what to do with a women's mid-card. Yeah, I don't know how you'd do it. If you was to introduce two women's mid-cards, the rosters aren't that big on both brands to support a main title, a mid-card title, and then you've got the women's tag floating around as well. So to introduce two new belts, I think would be a bit overkill. Alex says, are you a fan of Winter? I'm not bothered. It doesn't really affect me. I don't go out. John said maybe Adam will go out drinking with Darby and Orange, and the three of them will get beaten up by the guys in the masks. Maybe. So announced on Instagram. Right, I think we're done. That is the end of our coverage. We are back. I don't know when we're back, actually. We're back with the match tomorrow on Football Days. And then we've got SmackDown on... We've got SmackDown on Friday. And we've got Rampage after as well. So streaming-wise on this channel, we're definitely back Friday. And, of course, we've got UFC. We've got Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. We've got a few things coming up this weekend. But Next Wrestling will be on Friday. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support, as always. Hope you enjoyed tonight's AEW. And as we said, we will be back on Friday for more AEW and SmackDown. Bye for now.